Good evening. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're the first person with your prize. Go for it. What you got a question? What you want to know? I know that's right. Listen, what you want? What do you want? I might be feeling a little generous tonight. I don't know. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. I just got the last question. I was trying to get the rest. Hello, baby. Trying to get the rest of the questions as I'm coming over here and setting up. Hey, Miss Mamas. I seen another question pop up, so I just ran over there to get it real quick. My bad. Y'all know I be on CP time. When you dealing with a bunch of stuff, it be like do this, grab this, grab this, grab that. It's never a 1, 2, 1, 2. So I'm trying to give people a little bit of time to get in here. How y'all been? 2025. Started off with my father, Shango, Kabiesi. Fire. If y'all didn't understand that, baby, listen, y'all better understand what the energy of this year is bringing. That Shango energy is something else. Him and I believe it's Oshun that's ruling for the year. Baby, listen. That's a balance of everything that you could possibly get. Hot and cold. Fire and water. Punches to the face and kisses on the top of the head. You know what I'm saying? That's you toss the dice, you get what you gonna get. That's what 2025 is bringing. You toss the dice, you getting what you get, and it's not guaranteed that it's gonna be in your benefit if you have not been doing the shit that you are supposed to be have been doing before 2025 rolled through this joint. Y'all see how it's starting off with the government? Y'all see how it's going on with the world? Oh, I have a question for real though. I've been doing shadow work, but I feel worse now. Can I stop and get back to this later? No. When it hurts is when it's working. Remember, when you lose, do you remember when you used to lose teeth? And those teeth used to start to grow back? Even babies, when they teeth, it's irritating, it's aggravating, it's painful. But that's for the new teeth to grow. Your pain and dealing with your pain is no different. Your shadow work is no different. It has to come to a point where it doesn't have control over you anymore. You have to make peace with all of it, and then you have to make the appropriate changes so that you don't have to go through this no more. You've learned the lesson, so there will be no repeats. However that lesson comes back to you, whatever suit of a person it comes under, you will understand the energy of it, you will smell it, you will feel it, and you would have learned to trust your intuition, which you ignored the first time, which got you into the bullshit this time. How do you know the difference between spiritual guidance and outer beings infiltrating? What kind of outer beings? Are we talking still human spirits, or are we talking something else? Because if you are ritualed, routined, specific, you understand who you're dealing with spiritually, not, oh, I have a this or I have a that. Tell me her name. Tell me how old she was when she died. Tell me something about her life while she lived here. Like, I just had this question earlier. How do I get a better connection with my spirit guides? And I'm like, you sit there and holler at them one by one. Like, if you know who they are, and you should know who they are, because there's a gang of us out here that's offering to help y'all figure out who's in your court. Okay? Not the root canal. Low tap. Listen, I can't. Hey, Brandon. Listen. You gotta be ritualed. You have to be routined. You have to have a schedule. You have a schedule with your job. You have a schedule with everything else that you do in your life. Why do you guys think that you don't have to have one where spirit is concerned? This is about energy. You gotta have a schedule. You gotta have a routine. Okay? Thank you, baby. This is free knowledge that I'll be kicking right here. 2025 is not going to be easy on anybody who has not been prepared for it. Shango's the type of Orisha that you better only ask him. He only gonna tell you something one time. That's the energy of the year. You only gonna get it one time before you get dragged for filth. Okay? He's not that Orisha, and this is his year. He's running this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's a problem for anybody who don't do what they supposed to be doing. Those chin checks is coming faster and harder. Those reality checks is coming like nobody's business. Those character checks, oh baby, knees is being taken out. Okay? Y'all gotta get it together. That's my father. I'm not playing with him. Mm-mm. Don't play with him. He told me something one time, baby. I am running around here, knocking in the shit, trying to get out of the way. I don't play with him. Ha! Yo, he told me all the time, don't ask me stupid questions. Okay. You know the answer to the question. Don't ask me nothing stupid. I'll be like, oh, I'm going to leave you alone for the rest of the day. Yes. Oh, God. So I'm just telling y'all what the energy is for the year. A lot of people are not going to make it out of 2025. So if you have elders and you have people that have been struggling with their health and you have people that have been having breathing problems and issues like that and they're not really taking care of themselves, and you have those people that are just, there's going to be some surprise snatchaways too, but the point is, if you have something to say to somebody, say it now before it's too late. We do this spiritual thing so we understand that it's never too late, but the mind's ability and the heart's ability to deal with a loss is very different than someone who is like straight up in the spiritual lifestyle. You understand? So if there's anyone that you meant to call them. If there's anyone that you meant to have a conversation with, have that conversation with them. Don't let it get to the point where it's too late and now you have regrets. Don't do that. You understand? Because 2025, there's a lot of people that's not going to make it, is all I keep getting. You know what I'm saying? And it's been shown and proved the decline of people's health that have been ailing and things of that nature. And it doesn't matter how many times you warn someone to do something to save themselves. If they don't want to do it, you can't do it for them. So I have made peace with the people that I have experienced this with, to say, I'll buy you that goat after you go, player. There's nothing else I could do. You know what I mean? I offered you to do it now. You decided that you was going to rock out and do whatever it is that you wanted to do. I can't hold that on me. You understand? I'll be prepared for you regardless of how this plays out. So prepare yourselves regardless of how this plays out with the people that are in your life. Okay. The first question I had, somebody sent me a video about calling on the ancestors of your child's parent. If you're a mother, the child's father's family. If you are the father, the female's mother's family. Let me explain something to you about that. If you don't have a relationship with your own ancestors, you're playing with fire. Don't do that. Okay? You must have a relationship with your own ancestors before you start opening gates, doors, windows, light, candle, water, anything, conversation with a spirit that does not belong to you. Okay? I don't care if they are related to that child. You don't know enough about that family you don't know enough about your own goddamn family and bloodline for you to be calling on somebody else's goddamn bloodline and family. That is a question that you take to your own ancestors that come in light and spirit and truth, that you have a relationship with, that you have an understanding with, that you know who the fuck you talking to ask them, are these particular people, say them by name, each and every one of them, okay for me to petition for X, Y's, and Z's when it's in relation to my child? Say their name. If the ancestors say no, that's it. They see what you don't see. They know what you don't know. And they understand something that you don't understand. They understand the energy of some funky folks, okay, that's going to come over here and cause chaos. It may very well be that they may need elevation. So at some point, hello, my darling, you may have to do something at a church for one or two of them. That's why you asking about them individually, not as a whole. Okay? You don't even ask about your own ancestors as a whole. If I'm asking as a whole, I'm saying that this is how I ask. In this ancestral list, are there people in here that should not be on my X, Y's, and Z's? If they say yes, I got to go through them one by one, 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 because I got wild ancestors. For them to tell me who's safe for me and who's not safe to be here. I got some pictures for my cousin from some ancestors from back. These motherfuckers is black and white. Listen, pictures. When I took the pictures out the envelope, I was like, okay. Off the rip, I knew some of these people wasn't gonna make it. All y'all ain't making the cut. So when I called her, she was divining. So I said to her, they said, because I was like, they already said not everybody. So now we got to figure out who, and who. So she bust out laughing. She was like, I could tell you already. And I said, black dress. She said, black dress at the same time. I was like, yeah, she ain't gonna make it. I said, how many more you got? She said, 2. I said, God damn it, I got 2 more that ain't gonna make it either. It was the same energies, right? We felt it off the fucking pictures. That's my cousin. We got the same ancestors from my dad's side. This is the same line. She's spiritual. I'm spiritual. We feeling it at the same time. When we asked spirit, they was like, nah, y'all was right. It was them 3. Throw them pictures somewhere. It's a no from us, boss. Straight up. So, if your ancestors don't say it's okay, if they haven't given you the specific of who is okay, you leave them the fuck alone. You have to remember that when you set out a candle and water, especially for people whose family aren't spiritual and they're not the best people in character anyway, they're getting limited energy, right? For them to be able to easily cross from the spiritual realm to the human realm, a human that is pure energy because you're still alive, energy anyway because you're spirit, but you operate a suit. So you got more energy on this physical plane because this is where you reside at this time. They do not. They don't live here, right? So when you do these things and you do these prayers, invocations, calls, my voice is a spirit, my voice is a man. Remember, words have power. Why? Because there's energy coming from behind this. There's elements, there's air, all of that behind it, right? I light the candle, fire, current. Oh, water, conduit, life. Here they come. Nobody else is giving it to them. So if they're not coming in light, it don't matter. You just open the gate and a window and a door and everything else for them to ease their way into. And why is it easier for them? That child got their blood running through their veins. So they found a little peephole. If your ancestors is strong enough and you are doing it the way they told you to do it, anybody that try to sneak is getting knocked in the top of their shit. You understand? So there are rules to all of this. When people give y'all information, I need y'all to always ask, but what if? Bitch, you better ask, but what if? And if that person who's teaching you these things don't have the answer to that question, I'm going to tell you not to do whatever the fuck it is that they're telling you to do. If I tell you to do something, I can explain it from the top to the bottom to where it originated, to all of that kind of shit. Because I done sat here and asked Spirit 1,001 motherfucking questions before I brought it over here to y'all. Or I lived it, or I experienced it, or I seen it, or I walked or something. And still will go in their face and be like, you know what, let me ask you a question. And they answer me. Y'all got to get in the habit of asking y'all spirits questions. I ask my spirits 1,001 questions 22,000 times a day to the point where they be like, get away from me. I don't care. I'll be back tomorrow. Y'all know we all in the same house. Where we going? Nowhere. Let's get it going. Word. So be mindful about calling in someone else's ancestors, especially when you know you're not routines with your own. When you don't know shit about your own. When you don't do the right stuff for your own. When your life ain't going right anyway. Right? Now you're going to add more dumb shit to the plate. Nah, I got to call my ancestors and ask them first. Y'all, I get a lot of questions that are ancestral questions. And I'll be like, why you don't ask your ancestors? Why you asking me that? If I'm going to ask my ancestor a question and not give me a sign, be specific in the type of sign that you're telling them to give you. It's not just a random sign. I need to be specific with the type of sign that I'm asking for you to give me so that I know when that sign occurs that this is what I asked for. Okay? And then give them 24 to 48 hours to find a way to give it to you. But you have to be meditating, cleaning yourself on routine, all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, they salty with you because you don't do half the shit you're supposed to do, and you know that. Thank you. I have to be... listen, I don't speak in terms where you got to have a fucking science degree to figure out what the fuck is this dumbass talking about. No, I'm gonna talk to y'all so y'all understand exactly what I'm saying. There's no misconstruing any part of what I'm saying, and then if you can understand it, then you can comprehend it, and you can put it as part of your routine or your ritual or your practice, or it rings true, or it gives you something that's going to help you some kind of way in your spiritual walk. I'm not here to just be out here grandstanding and pro, but no, I'm trying to tell y'all something. I'm trying to tell y'all something. So that's the thing about calling in ancestor spirits that for your child. This is the other question that I just got. I want to bite somebody. So the question is, if you if you have a spirit that has been sent to you to do harm to you, something to you, fuck with your life, what is it that you need to do in order to get that spirit to work for you? We don't hire hitmen. We don't hire hitmen. A spirit that does that kind of stuff is a hitman. He has no loyalty to anyone. I don't need unloyal people in any shape, form, energy, capacity in my circle, period. Spirit, human, dog, cat, wolf, bird, cock-a-doodle-doo. I don't give a fuck what it is. If you have no loyalty to me, you have no respect for me. And so I don't need you to work with me in any capacity. Spirits are the same way. Your spiritual team that are part of your court loyal to you. They came through God's light to say, I'm banging 10 toes down for this nigga right here all day. If he do what he gotta do, it's on like popcorn. Period. So when I send my spirits to go snatch another spirit, they know not to bring that motherfucker back here, right? That's not even what we do. I have so many of my own. There would be no requirement for me to go and get hire a hitman who has no loyalty to anyone to come up in here with his low vibrating energy causing chaos in my high vibrational household. Absolutely not. That means that any other person can call that same spirit from you to get him to work for them. Why would you want that? Why is the thought to try to get no? If you was doing what you were supposed to be doing, you would realize that you got your own. And your ancestors will let them out to do the work that needs to be done to protect you against that kind of shit in the first place. So that's a no-no. We don't do that. For what? We don't vibrate like that. Those are not things that we need to do. I have so many henchmen and so many hitters that type of thing, it's not even a question about how do I. They not having that. We don't need him. We gonna do what we want to do with him. Mind your business. That's how that goes. I never know what they do with these spirits. And I don't give a fuck. Because I never see them again. That's the point. I don't give a fuck what they do with them. I don't give a fuck where they stick them. I don't give a fuck how that shit, I don't care. I know that it never crosses my energy field again. Thank you. My phone. All that. What? Don't care. So, no, that's not the right mindset. The person that asked me that question, get back to your shadow work. Get back to getting into them ancestors. Get back to healing yourself and your vibration and your frequency to even think of doing some nonsense like that. That's ludicrous. We have other avenues and other options. We have mad other spirits that just get down just as grimy as the next if they need to. That's not their regular. That's not what their vibration is. But these are spirits who are fully balanced. They gonna give it up. You want that? They gonna give that 24/7, and then come back and pray with me on God, or as they say in the hood, dead homies. Dead homies. Word. Like, nah, we're not doing that. So that's the answer to that question. What do I do when the energy of my heart is being used? There's no such flower. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're hurting people, yourself, Because nobody can take the energy from your heart and use that to hurt somebody else if you're not involved in that. Explain it to me. If they pull the energy from your heart, you be dead. I told you I like my ratchet TV Sundays. I be here like, what are they talking about? Oh my mama. Listen, I be cracking up. Oh my God, yes. One time for the dead homies, y'all. Oh my gosh. Like, listen, y'all think I be watching spiritual shit all day. Give me something on Now That's TV. I will watch that shit. That's how I learned that these young girls like to kick first when they fighting now. I need to know that. I need to know that. Because back in the day, we ain't kick at the stomach first. We just coming in with the biscuits. You know what I'm saying? We coming in with the biscuits. These hoes is waiting to get you at a good stance. And now they want to kick you with this. I learned nothing Now That's TV. Thank you. I needed to know that. Just in case. You never know. I might have to be out there banging with these kids. You never know what 2025 is going to bring you. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, my God. I need a fan. Oh, Jesus. I say Jesus' name. 1 second. That's how you know some old black lady is on me, because I said Jesus Christo's name. Lord have mercy. Woo. Auntie said I need to know that. Right, I need to know that. Research purposes. Research purposes. Listen. I know, right? I'm hot. And it ain't hot in here. But I am. Which is crazy. Where's my paper? How's my whole paper going? Oh, I'm on it. Okay. Whew. Somebody asked me, what does it mean when their ears are ringing extremely loud? It gets louder as they near their altar space. You got to remember that spirit resides on a frequency and a vibration. So that's your, if you had an old school radio that you got to turn until you get this, even in your car, if you not have the stations program that gives you all that static and stuff, that's kind of what's happening to you. You're trying to, your body, your energy is trying to get on that frequency so that you can hear what it is that they're saying, because they're constantly talking. What's a good protection for when you stay the night at someone's home? Why you need protection when you stay at that person's house is the first question that I have. If I got to strap up 97 ways to go to somebody's house, I ain't going. No, ma'am. I got to be sleep there. That means I leave my body there. My vessel's empty while I'm floating off in the cosmos. Why? I got questions. I don't know if y'all knew or not, but Auntie be having questions, because I be asking the questions that y'all should be asking yourselves, like, why am I doing this? It can't be that good. Friendship can't be that dope for me to put myself in harm's way just to be spending the night at your house. I'll never go there. And I'm not that person that like to spend the night. I've never been that person that like to spend the night at people's house. Spirits be walking around that motherfucker while I be trying to go to sleep. I be tight. This nigga don't hear it. I hear it. I'm not doing that. So, no, you don't need to go to the ear doctor, baby. That's you trying to get on their frequency, because get on their frequency. So you need to do more guided meditations. You need to get into the habit of washing your head, because I know that you don't really do that frequently enough, nor do you do the cleansing spiritual bath enough. You also need to make sure that your energy in the house is right? So don't wait until that water and that altar gets nasty before you change it. Have a ritual, have a routine. Let them know that you're coming over there every day, and be consistent with what you're doing, and that ringing will start to tune into the station where you'll be able to understand what it is that they are saying. And if you know who the specific spirit guides are, you need to be doing one-on-one times with them anyway. It's your mom's house. So you have your own room. You can make up some type of a spiritual spray and spray the room. You can have a diffuser with essential oils. They have sage oil, they have Palo Santo oil, they have frankincense oil, they have rosemary oil, they have peppermint oil. They have all of those types of things that are for cleansing the air and energy that we use in all types of products and things of that nature. So you have that constantly blowing in the room that you're staying in. You need to be taking your spiritual baths frequently if you're going to be in that environment. So as long as if she allows you to, then I will be taking frankincense and myrrh and dragon's blood and burning that incense in her house. The resin that burns on the charcoal. I'll be crushing that bitch up and making a little powder with some copal or some benzoin mixed in that joint. And maybe some what's that called? It's yellow. It's powder. Oh, what's that shit called? I can't think of it. Sulfur. A little bit of sulfur. And burning that shit in her house to make sure whatever energy, and you burn it from the back of the house to the front of the house with the doors and the closets and the window and the windows open and that motherfucker. And just walk through the house spraying that bitch from the back to the front, saying a couple of prayers. Give me the 23rd Psalm. Give me the 91st Psalm. Give me the Our Father prayer. Hit me with a couple of verses. Walking through the house doing all the sulfur. Thank you, ladies. Hook that joint up. Like, we're not doing that. Look, no, sir. The first time my grandmother showed herself to me in a dream, she told me, Spirit always has a message. All you have to do is listen. Facts. They don't never be quiet. It's my mom home, and she they've been here, baby. Aliens been here. They've been here. You know how many people that I encounter that have terrestrial spirit guides and courts and commissions and groups of spirits that are from someplace else, and they look crazy. Oh my God. And each of the planets are it's something else. Do you know how many people have fae that have been here before humans were created, and they are part earth and water? Do you know how many things that there are on this planet? I've seen so many things. Y'all have no fucking idea of what is on this planet. It's so much shit. Baby, listen. That don't faze me none, because they don't bother me. If I gotta translate a message from what's going on with the spirits tell me, and I tell them, and I keep it moving, I hear it in English. You know what I'm saying? I don't get the and all of that other kind of shit. They know that they gotta get, because they're higher beings anyway, right? They are used to communicating on a frequency vibrational level anyway, non-verbal. So for them to give you something in here is extremely easy, you know, because that's what they do anyway. It's up to you to have the right settings for you to get that download. You know what I mean? Oh God, this is a gang of that. That's not new at all. Listen to this, I was staying someplace, and I had to do something with these fairies, and I'm standing there, and across the little area where I'm at, and this would have been someone else's property, I get a feeling to just look up. So I looks up. I don't know if anybody ever seen that movie Troll, where he came out of the mountain and he was all rock. That's what the nigga that was standing across the thing behind the tree that peeked out and looked at me looked like. All rock, and he was humongous. I got the fuck from over there so fast. That's your house. I'm finished doing what I was doing out here anyway. I don't live here. I don't live out here. This is your peace out. Because I had already been told not to go across that little bridge over there anyway. And because I had went over there and I was like, it don't feel right over here. They was like, yeah, don't come back over here. This is where the line stops. Say what? That's why when I be telling y'all not to be doing shit outside, there be little areas like, you do it right here, but don't go across there, because that's that nigga's property. Who's that nigga? He ain't human. Leave him alone. Yes, ma'am. Be my answer. Yes, ma'am. Okay? On God. Auntie, I'm the one that asked about the ring. I don't cleanse my hair like I should. I be slacking my spiritual baths. Everything you said. Well, yeah, you got to get that together, baby. Also, somebody asked me about cleaning their hair, their heads when they have braids. You see this? I braid this motherfucker up, and wrap it around, and I take the bath and I pour it, making sure that it gets on my crown. When it's on my crown and it's dripping to the front, I rip these joints back and hold them to the back, so now I can pour it to the front, and then I'll whip them around and put a hair clamp and a tie in them and get the back of my neck as I'm going. Are you crazy? Braids don't stop no show at all whatsoever. At all whatsoever. You shouldn't be having 97 herbs in your head wash anyway. You should have strained it, so it ain't gonna be a bunch of herbs. It should just be water at this point anyway. Water of whatever you've mixed together, so it shouldn't be caught in your hair. There's nothing about a hair that stops you from cleaning your head. Yes. No, sulfur don't got. Y'all be watching them movies about demons and stuff talking about sulfur. We burn sulfur to get rid of negative energies. Are you kidding me? That's mixed in mad stuff. Hot foot powder is sulfur in there. With 97,000 peppers. Put sulfur in there. It's to ward off negative energies. Look it up. Google it. Spiritual use of sulfur. Stop going by what these people say. I have never smelled a negative, dark energy that smelled like sulfur. And I can smell spirits. You know what they be smelling like? Decay and shit. That's what they smell like. They smell like decay and shit and dead things. Like that kind of stuff. Like something that got maggots in it. And that's what they smell like. I've never smelled one that smelled like sulfur. Not to say that there may not be, but I've never experienced. I'll be 50 this year. I've never experienced that. You know what I'm saying? So, that's from TV shows and shit. I ain't never met nobody that said that they smell that shit either. It usually smells like death. Decay, rot, and dead bodies have a distinctive, it smell like shit. It's just a bad, it's horrible. Avatar really is about me. Shut up. They go plug into the tree, little tip. Yes, life is very interesting. What does it mean when the candle fire is flickering constantly? It depends. Is the wick too long? Who's the candle for? Is it working that you're doing? Or is this just a regular candle that you leave out for a particular ancestor altar or spiritual altar on a regular? They mean different things depending on where they are, what you're doing, and what's happening. I'm scary. I see or hear some shit. I try my best to pretend I ain't see shit. Something growled in my ear and I turns over. You bugging. That's when you call your ancestors and be like, somebody come get this now. You're not going to be growling in my ear. Hell no. That kind of stuff don't scare me. And you need to get out of that because it's turning up. And I need to see what's there. Not to be scared and hide my face and get hiding underneath the bed and the covers. Nah, it's fight time. Get the fuck out of my room. Are you dumb? Not for real, I learned that the hard way herbs was stuck in my dress. Oh no, you gotta use what you call that, a colander to get the herbs out, and then just use the juice. I think they have to do they have a horrible smell. You can smoke it. You can smoke mugwort, or you can put it in tea. I smoke it all the time. I mix it with my weed. I mix it with mullein for my lungs. I'll put the blue lotus flowers in there, and I use red rose petals and sometimes lavender, and I make a blend, and I smoke it like that. Because I don't like the way it tastes as a tea. That shit is bitter. Not you'll be 50. Yeah, thank you, baby. I'll be 50 this year. Child, please. That's why people be talking to me crazy. I'll be like, I don't like your tone. I be feeling like, stop playing with me. I'm cool, but damn it, you gonna show some respect. Fuck out of here. Yeah, y'all gotta clean y'all heads. Y'all shouldn't let a month go by without having at least a coconut cracked over your dome piece. Y'all gotta be clear. Y'all gotta be understanding what's going on. Y'all gotta be tapped in. This, yes, it is. It is young, baby, and we doing better than the young people at this point. Do you have any advice on dealing with the craziness going on with the government? Cause them niggas wildin'. Let me tell you something. To be honest, that's not gonna really affect us too much. We survived him the last time. He didn't do too much to us. Don't give them people no more energy or no more, because there's nothing that you can do about it. So why give it energy? I ignore all that shit. I'm so tired. I be reporting his posts, so I don't want to see nothing with the orange dude on my feed. I be reporting that shit all the time, like show me less. They don't listen. But I be trying. I don't pay attention to none of that kind of stuff. When I saw homeboy do the Nazi thing, I was done. They trying to get a rise out of us, and I refuse to give it to them. I'm not giving them that. There's nothing we can do about it. I ignore them. A lot of what he said didn't bother me, and the people that voted for him is the ones that are getting the reality of their decision handed upon them. You know what I'm saying? He hitting them first, not us. You know what I'm saying? There'll be a point where he come over here and start messing with us a little bit, but it ain't nothing. We built for survival. We only got to deal with 4 years of him. In this time frame, we should be minding our business, focusing on ourselves, figuring out how do we make money while we sleep, paying attention to this stock market that's doing this right now. And when that shit get low, buy y'all some stocks. You know what I'm saying? If you got $500, invest in something. Because watch what he do with the stock markets. There's going to be money to be made behind this. Listen, if you paying attention and not focusing on the bullshit that he's doing, you'll be paying attention to where the money's going. Because that's what I'm looking at. Where the money going? So I could get some of it. They want us to crash out over it. Because then that way we're not thinking about where y'all putting the money at. So we go get some of it. If I'm crashing out thinking about, oh, he doing this, he doing this, he doing that, and that shit really ain't affecting me, if I'm really being honest, it's not. Not yet. I'm going to focus on the money first. Because I can't do nothing about the rest of it. Don't give it no energy. No energy. Follow the coins. That's what he do. He follow the coins. I'm following the coins. They don't expect that coming from us. He going to come take my snacks out the party. Listen. He ain't gonna know where the party at, baby. I don't think like that. You think very negative. You think too negatively, and you put like you invite the bullshit. When you scary, you sending out scary energy. When you like it be funny, but you have to realize of how much of what you put out is what you getting back. I don't care about a lot of shit. Swear to God. If it doesn't directly affect my family, myself, or that's why I chose not to have children, because something said, look at the world, and every year it got worse and worse and worse and worse, and the things that y'all have to go through with y'all kids in school, I could not fathom having to deal with that and bring another life in this world that I would have to worry about on this disgusting planet. Oh my God. Kudos to you who are strong enough, rock out, that was able to do that and has the mental capacity. But I'll be the ones at the school dragging the teachers out of class and down the I'm going to jail. I can't. One started saying about them coins. Your bracelet started jingling with them dollars. Yeah, where them dollars at all day. Yo, it's time to get your money up. I saw people crashing out because they thought TikTok was being taken away, and I don't get it because I don't have a TikTok. That shouldn't be your only stream of income. You should have already y'all been talking about shutting that shit down for I don't know how long. And yet you sitting up deep around. First of all, I worked for corporate America for 26 years before I was able to retire. So I don't get that whole I don't have to go have a job mind frame. That's not how I was raised. I just told y'all I've turned 50 this year, right? So I come from a different era where you get a pension. You know what I'm saying? You figure that out, so on the back end you covered. You know what I mean? I come from a mother who never had a credit card in her life. My mother was that mother who, if you didn't have it, you didn't need it. So I learned that from her. You know what I'm saying? That I don't have credit cards either. If I don't have it, I don't need it. My spirits and my team make sure that I have what I need whenever I need it. My needs are forever taken care of. My wants are a different story. But my needs always. Why? Because I put in the work to make sure that they are taken care of. I didn't just come on social media and start saying, oh, I'm going to use this as a way to make money. That's why I give out free information 97% of the time. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't need this for a bag. I got a whole pension. You know what I'm saying? I invested my money well. I've always been that money person. You know what I'm saying? I know how to get me $1. I'm the daughter of a king. We supposed to have money. Are you kidding me? If you meet any people that be crowned these kings and queens and they broke, oh, there's a disconnect in the fucking matrix, love. Oh, no. We don't do that. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, no ham, no turkey. On God, we not doing that. Hi, Angela. 30 wants to know babies. This world is crazy. Yeah, no. I got a job at my daughter's school just because I don't play that shit. Yeah, they be testing you. Can you talk about the poem, Bajia, the spirit God? Hold up. My sister told me the same thing. She said the negative, I'm making her sad. I have to go change. Yeah, clean your ass, baby. Clean your head. Don't forget your sweetening bath. Don't forget your sweetening stuff. You gotta do better. You know what I'm saying? This is a chance for you to turn it all around. 2025, they paying attention too much other stuff. We get to sneak through the cracks. Sneak through the crack. Can you explain cracking a coconut over your head? When I crack a coconut over my head, I normally do it on a tree outside. Other than that, I just crack 3 brown regular coconuts in a bowl, and then pour that fresh coconut water over my head. I'll add some effun or some cascarilla to it. Cascarilla is this one. Effun is the one that's made from snail shell, the hard one that comes from Africa, and I prefer that one with stuff over my head because it's more of a punch for me. Yeah, thank you, baby. Now I'm finna be 50. Oh my god, let me put your last. Hi. It was probably mad for me to hear your word. Well, thank you. Everybody who's supposed to be here, your ancestors is like, get your ass over there, and I'll listen to this lady ramble for a while. No, you just gotta get yourself together and stop not listening to the. There's so many of y'all that be, oh, I think I'm crazy. You heard that shit. You saw that shit. You felt that shit. Women in general have a keen intuition that y'all ignore way too much and then don't even, like, oh my God. If you paid attention to your intuition, then you will have radar in this world. It's like a beacon for lefts, rights, turn around, stops, go forwards. You know what I'm saying? And on the other side of that is the spirit saying, "Yow, my nigga, what is you doing?" You know what I mean? It be the stuff that you don't want to hear that they gonna tell you first, and you can't turn that away. No, that man ain't for you. Leave that nigga alone, and you go back. Why? So now we're not gonna tell you nothing else because you didn't listen. So get dragged until you get your heart broken enough and step up out of that, because we tried to save you and now you have to learn from your experiences. So now you on the other side of that relationship. Tell me what you learned. True, I ran into a depressive episode where I was sick mentally and physically and poor communication with spirit. I'm still not 100%, but I'm back on the mend. I'm struggling with myself right now. I have a feeling about someone's hate, but I can't prove it. I'm struggling with that myself right now. I have a feeling about someone's hate, but I can. This is true. Intuition is strong. I think I have a Pomodoro spirit guide in my court, and I want to know more about them. You need to check to see, first of all, if you have her in your court. Why do you think you have her in your court? What came up? What happened? Frequencies, vibrations. Yeah, this is my last time ignoring my intuition. Y'all got to meditate. Y'all have to do guided meditations. Y'all have to clean yourself. Put it on your calendar, on your cell phone, so that it bleeps. Wash my ass. Wash my head. You know what I'm saying? You don't have, I say this all the time, you don't have to do separate head wash and then body wash days. When I want to clean my body and my head, I get in the shower and I wash my whole ass. I stay in there. I get the bucket that I got for my head, dump. Finish with that one. I get the bucket that I got for my body, dump. Hit that one off. I get out, air dry, pat, put on my whites and go sit down somewhere. That's it. The moment you feel like you know you're supposed to be doing something and you be like, oh, but I don't want to, that's the minute you got to push through that to get your ass up and do it. That's the turnaround for you. That's the turnaround energy. That's you controlling the energy. That's you taking control of the reins of your life to say, there's nothing that's going to stop me from doing what I know is good for me. So I'm going to get myself up and I'm going to drag myself in here to clean myself. You understand what I'm saying? If there's energy that's coming against you or there's something that's oppressing you and you don't want to do what you know is good for you, isn't that part of the oppression? Yes. How do I take my power back? Punching the oppression in the face and doing what I know is good for me. That is your power. That's where it starts to build. That's where it begins. That's where you being able to overcome anything starts. It's you on you. It's your head. Focus and push through that shit and get it done. You're gonna feel better afterwards. That's why the energy don't want you to get to it in the first place. I never allow that. The moment I say to myself that I know that I need to do something because I feel X, Y, and Z, I will drag myself to do it. It changes it all. That's my biggest problem, not taking control and allowing the lazy person. You can't let, that's you letting it win. I'll never let nobody win against me. That's not what we doing. I'm not here to lose for nothing to nobody on no levels. Human, spirit, energy, fuck that. It's me. I had asked about the person with the and no, I don't always do a separate head bath, head wash, and a body wash. Sometimes I do them in unison, but I can take anything on my head. I'm not that person that spirit tells me that X, Y's, and Z's are too strong for my head. I can wash my goddamn head with anything underneath the sun. You know what I'm saying? I just never put perfumes in my baths, especially when it's cleansing. Yoni meditation is good, or just regular meditation. I don't do yoni meditation. If I'm doing anything with my yoni, I'm steaming it. I do yoni steams regularly. There are different recipes. I think it's in my highlights for yonis, with the book and everything. I give you the different recipes to steam your yoni. But no, you need guided meditation for your head. You got to quiet your mind. You got to center yourself. You have to call in energy, send out some energy, and clean yourself with the energy. That's the guided meditations. Those are my highlights on Instagram. I don't know what somebody braiding your hair would mean in a dream. What I need more to dream. Yeah, you can't ignore your intuition. Um, yeah, don't overcomplicate any of this. And then remember, you don't make one bath each day. I make 2 huge pots of bath. I strain them. I put them in the empty gallon water bottles. I put the effun or the cascarilla in each of the bottles. I add the holy water in each of the bottles. And if I put anything else in there, I add it to each of the bottles. I shake them up and I stick them in the refrigerator. I know that I have 3 to 5 days of baths, depending on how many days I'm supposed to be cleaning myself. Don't break down, baby. Listen, just make this the last day that you let something or someone else win, and you don't do what's best for you at all times in your life. Fuck how everybody else feels about it. If you know it's good for you, if it's the best thing for your survival, I could care less about what anybody thinks about it. My God likes roses and skulls. Once I was on Instagram, multiple posts started pop up randomly when I started to do research. Pomegranate popped up and it was pomegranate, like that skulls. Any dreams, any instances where you saw something of hers, because the skulls and roses could very well be Santísima Muerte as well. She loves those too, and that don't mean Pomegranate. You talking to me right now? I need to hear every word. Yes, baby. Right vibrations from my man, so I've been using soap. No, you can't substitute. Listen, you're not taking the baths and doing like this. You throwing that shit in the pot and steeping it like tea. Your energy is not doing anything. You know why? Because before you go there, you're going to go talk to your ancestors. You're going to say, come over here, y'all, help me make this spiritual bath. You're going to pull out a Bible and you're going to tell them, show you a psalm to read so that you could anoint the energy of what's going on in here. Then you're going to put on some old gospel music that your grandmother used to like to listen to, your great-grandmother used to like to listen to back in the day. And you're going to change the vibration and the frequency and the energy in your house. Then you're going to go put that shit in the pot. Right? You're going to tell every herb what you wanted to do as you putting it in that pot. You changing the vibration. You calling this in on yourself, baby. I am not going to sit in this for nobody. Okay? I'm not going to put it in my head that I'm too dirty to make my own bath, so I got to go do some bullshit that's not going to work and let that energy grow. Y'all can suck me. I'm not living like that. So this is what you going to do. Okay? Every herb that goes into that bath, you telling it what you want it to do. You gonna cover that pot. You gonna let it steep. You gonna let it steep, and when that smoke start coming off that water, you gonna turn that bitch off, right? You gonna walk away and let that bitch cool down. When it cools down, you gonna strain it. You gonna get them empty bottles that you got ready, and you gonna do exactly what I said to do. And then you gonna, if it's too hot, you take one of them and stick it in the freezer for a little while so it could cool off to a nice cool chill. And you gonna dump that bitch over your body. You can probably take that hard shit on your head because you real low, and you need to move all of that shit, right? One time on your head. The rest of it maybe should go neck down. If you feel apprehension doing this, ask your spirits, but I'm getting head for that first time to one hit a quitter, and then the rest of the days that you're going to do it 3s or 5s, neck down. Okay? We're not living like that. Ain't no way on this God's green earth that I'm going to sit in any kind of bullshit and I know that I got something that I could do about it and change this. Y'all must be stronger than that. If my word is not my bond to myself, nobody else ain't gonna trust me at all. Um, what do you think Santísima Muerte does? She's the most holy death. And Palmajira don't work in the cemetery. How about that? The T crossroads is her spot. So again, I'm at the only steam and meditation at the same time. Oh, you can. You can, but you know you gotta break in between the steam and spread your cheeks and do your circles and all that kind of inhale out. I can't focus on doing those two things at the same time. Do roses. You can use white roses in white baths. It doesn't. Any kind of white flower could go in a white bath. Remember, the purpose of the white bath is purity, right? Is so anything that will make the water white. The effun, the cascarilla, fresh cow's milk, rice water, those types of things turn the water white. If you put enough effun or cascarilla in the thing and just shake it with water, it's white. So that's the point of white. Now the herbs are different. You know what I mean? Anything else can go in there that's purifying, cleansing, or refreshing, or that type of stuff. You can also put pushing herbs in there as well. But you remember, if you're using roses, that's excellent because that's the highest frequency flower on this planet. It's like my shoulders and arms hot and vibrating. It's so crazy, amazing. I give off a low energy over here. I give off a low energy. This is about finding our power. This is about embracing what we have and doing what we can with what we got. You understand? We don't sit and suffer for nobody. I don't give a fuck who they are. I don't care where they came from. I don't care what they said. We don't suffer for nobody. Right? We don't encounter these spirits and do anything with elevating spirit or working with spirit or saying the word spirit without knowing that there's something that they can help us do. When we're low and we've given them enough energy, they give it back to us. It's a certain energy goes like this, right? It hit them, it come to you. It hit them, it go to you. It hit them, it go to you, right? That's how energy works. So do something about it. That's right. You got to do something about it. It doesn't always have to be so big. Clean myself. Clean my house. Change my sheets. Clean my comforter. Put some of this spiritual cleansing bath in the rinse cycle of my clothes. Right? Is there a test or anything that I can do to find out if someone has done work against me and my kids, or evil eye against me and my kids? Like, how can you tell? You got to get a divination so spirit can tell you what they see. Period. I had a dream where I was explaining why I was broke to a friend. I said, this is worth $6 million, but I'm keeping it. On my right hand was a ring flooded with diamonds. This means I'm self-sabotaging. I told you that already. I already told you that you self-sabotage and that I already told you where you could get your bag at, and you won't be listening. I told you where your money is at. I told you. They told me clear as day where she get her bag at. You don't listen. Let me tell you something about online spells. No. If you don't understand how this spell is supposed to work, you don't understand why I'm putting these herbs on this candle, you don't understand what this particular herb does when I put it on this candle, you never looked up the herbs, you never looked up the color of the candle, you never looked to see or ask your own spirits if this is something that is in your best interest to do. If you do this candle work and which energy is going to push it for you, y'all be wasting your money and y'all be wasting your time. It makes no sense. So I got an uncle from Africa. I had it for 4 years. It cracked while my husband was home. I don't know how to feel about that, auntie. I need to just get motherfucker out of here. What's the ankh made of? And is he not usually there? Better yet, let me tell you something. You ask that kind of question, what's he doing? What's your intuition telling you that he's doing? What you found, what you seen, what you heard, what you dreamt about, what you felt, what you smelled on his clothes. How many times he answer his phone? I got questions. Y'all be asking questions that don't dig enough for me. If you dig enough and ask the right questions, the answer be like, I should have seen that. I ain't pay attention to that. That 1 and 1 is 2. You gotta ask the right questions. I stay with the right questions because they be like, when I get constant, right, I'm old. So I know the questions to ask, but when I don't, and they be like, ask her this, ask her this, ask her this, ask her this, ask her that. It's good. It don't be me telling you, it be you telling yourself. Cause you need to realize that. You know what I mean? So it don't be about me like, yeah, you gotta be honest, baby. If you're not honest with yourself, then nobody gives a fuck about anything you say. They can get over on you anytime they want to because they know that you're gonna make up some shit to make it feel good. I don't care about nothing feeling good if it's real. I need to feel real. So then I can decide whether I need to be here or not. Period. I got to go. I'm not suffering for nobody. Life does not stop, and time is not refundable, and it is not waiting for anybody else. Life, the Ankh symbol is life. How much of your life is being sucked away from this relationship? How much of your focus and your attention that should be on you and your future and your bag and your kids and whoever else you got dependent upon you, how much of your life are you spending or wasting taking care of somebody who don't need to be there? How many times have your ancestors told you something about this man or showed you something specific, or you dreamt something so specific that you woke up sick? How many times did you look in his phone and see some bullshit? I was doing wrong and the energy shifted in the house and our relationship, but while I was gone, it cracked and I got so mad at him. I don't know why. You was doing wrong. You was the one that was doing wrong. Is that what you're saying? Because I don't understand why you was mad at him if you was the one that was doing wrong. Hey, baby. In the beginning. Karma. You gotta get your karma. How do you learn if you don't get your karma? You would have thought that everything that you did was peachy keen and it wouldn't be coming up right now to bite you in the ass. I'm gonna have another class in April. It's more money though. Y'all messed out. Spirit was like, you went real low. The people that left the class, yo, they was tugging bags and bags. Everybody left with 3 bags full of shit. They was like, yo, you undercut yourself. I was like, yeah, I know. But I had to do the trial run, see what's going on, see how y'all responded. Y'all it's lit. Now I gotta charge more. But I'm gonna do it in April. I do divinations. I do ancestral divinations. You have to have a relationship with your ancestors in order to have a session with me. And I book that through my DMs. You just gotta tell me what day you off work. When you book the time and the date is when you pay me, not on the day of. It's in my Instagram. Yeah, y'all gotta pay attention. And be honest with yourselves. Once I was honest with myself, first of all about me and what I was allowing and the things that I was doing, everything else, being honest, wasn't the problem because I stopped lying to myself. I'll start saving now because I said I just wanted to go. You are more than one. Thank you, baby. Yeah, it'll be in April. Maybe the second week of April, I think. It's always going to be on a Saturday, so I'll do it on a Saturday. And I'm going to do another one. I got to get more of the stuff in stock because I gave out. I got to make more candles. I made all of the little candles and stuff, and I juju the candles and all of that for the people. So I got to make another set. And I got an Ocha to do. It's coming up. So April. I have a lot of people that are trying to get online and do spiritual stuff. Let me say that. Let me say this. I be having dreams. I'm getting chased by my ex-husband. He never catches me. Then a day or so later, he starts calling and texting me. I've always ignored him, even though we have children. What are you posting the info for? Probably next week. What do I do when I'm being led to go back home, but I can't afford to be there, so I can be on the lookout for. Um, but you can't afford to be there. Do you have a job? Because you gotta save some money. You gotta figure out how to make some money and save some money so that you can get there. If you're being led to be there, then Spirit will have a way to lead you to some money. They ain't gonna just tell you to go do something and not give you the avenues in order for you to do it. Um, they're telling you that he gonna be chasing you, he gonna be calling you. They're letting you know that you running and he's on your he on your back. Like what y'all trying to do? What do you mean you're being attacked in the meantime? Attacked how? Right, this thing you got some time to say, bro. Attacked how? Are we talking spiritually? On how is going back home supposed to help you from being attacked? I'm confused. You're being attacked spiritually, you have a job, and you need to go home. Where you from? Africa? You trying to go home and get some spiritual work done? Because why you got to go home to get the spiritual work done? Why you can't clean yourself here? Why you can't find somebody here to clean yourself? Why you got to go home and do it? Is that something that's out of your, that's just what your family does not do? Because that's crazy. If you can't get to the help that you need. Hi, baby. And to be cleaning yourself. Who's attacking you? Why they attacking you? What can you do about it? Back to my own home to light my candles. I'm confused at your situation. You live where? Why are you away from where you live? Are you not in a place that you can make a spiritual bath and take a cleansing? Are you sure that someone's attacking you? Why are they attacking you? And who's attacking you? And for what reason? And in what ways? How do you know? Yeah, you got us confused. We got questions. I got it. We got wild questions. We trying to figure this out. I'm with my mom. She's like 20 minutes from my actual house, but I'm having terrible dreams. What's the dreams about? Do you have a relationship with your ancestors? Like, do you have an altar or shrine for your ancestors? You have their photos, you have their names, you know who they are. You go over there weekly to have a conversation with them. You pray to them, every morning or at least once a week. What's your relationship with your ancestors? Yeah, that's Nayel. Listen, I used to think I was getting attacked, but it was me the entire time. I had to do some self-reflection, some truths. It's hard to face, but they still need to be faced. Thank you, my dear. Eating things and waking up feeling like I can't speak. So who will be trying to shut you up and why? Yeah, baby. That self-reflection, that's just hard. You know what I'm saying? None of growth is comfortable. When your big toes start rubbing against your shoe because your feet getting too big when you was little, that shit didn't feel good. Growth don't feel good. None of it. So your spiritual growth is not going to feel good in the beginning, not when you facing yourself and the things that you fucked up at and the things that you missed and the changes that you needed to make in your life and the looking at how you were responsible for running your mouth and putting yourself in situations that ain't have shit to do with you and being involved with the wrong people because you was looking at the flash and the glitz and the glam or the dick or the vagina was good and you know that you shouldn't have been there because you know they had this woman and that woman and they ran the like how about you don't put yourself in those situations? 60% of the bullshit out the way. You know how much beef I used to get into over niggas? Go hit him. Why are you bothering me? That's not how women think. I don't know what offerings to give my ancestors. I didn't know their personal likes. What can I do? You can figure that out, right? Baby, my crash out used to be legendary. They used to call me the Tasmanian devil. I swear to God. Dudes used to call me the Tasmanian devil. Why? Because when we finished fighting, you looked like somebody took your face and just ripped your shit apart. When I used to get tired from punching, right, and my arms start gassing out, I would go for the face and just drag. And I would grab by the eyes so that I have a place to stick my fingers into and just rip down. I know a girl, she had a scar on her shit for about 15 years. That bitch hated me. Savage. So listen, girl, bye. The crash outs was a legendary, baby. The Bronx legend on God. Back in the day, whoo! I read the students here shadow. I've had this shadow over say something that's always in vibration. Yes, baby, welcome. So that's your altar ask and listen. Yes, what does it mean if a dog chases you in a dream but it doesn't actually attack you? Why would someone be chasing you? Is somebody chasing you? Is a dog person chasing you? Meaning not a great person? Dogs are loyal. Except for when they're chasing you, that means that they're trying to protect somebody else or they're trying to tell you what I need more to dream. The hero's journey. West Farms. Gang gang. From West Farms. Shadow work, right? So you gotta the things about yourself that people have said about you that you be like, fuck that. Are you funky? Do you fly off the handle? Do you when you're having a conversation with somebody and they trying to tell you why they're mad at you, are you actually listening to empathize with what they're saying and understand what they're saying, or are you just listening to respond? Are you one of those people that you before they can even finish the question, you talking? That means you ain't heard shit that person said. How responsible are you for the situations that you put yourself in? Right? Oh hell yeah, that Bronx River right over there at the park down the block, and then the one right there off of Tremont Avenue. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough over there. It was rough back in the day too. What? Them heifers brought a gun to school to try to shoot me. I swear to God. Yo, that particular day, my father, he used to drive the trains. So you know the L is right there. So he came that day to pick me up from school. I was like, look at Egon back then, way back then. Hell yeah. And this is junior high school. That wasn't even high school. That wasn't, yeah, a gun, straight up. The bitches was trying to shoot me. In junior high school. There's some 174th over there, roughnecks over there. My father came that day. They was like, fuck, yeah. And I snitched. I went right to the principal. I was like, they had a gun. I took my mother. My mother was over there flipping. I was like, yup, mm-hmm. You wanted the fair one? I gave you a fair one. How you gonna come back with a gun and some extra bitches? It was 101. Ha! Ha! Mm-mm-mm. Bruh, yeah, 34th Street, West Palm. I would look down and wouldn't even bother hanging around. Oh, hell no. I live in Westchester, baby. During y'all elders, original. So, yo, I got straight war stories. Oh my God, y'all have no idea. Yeah, you gotta mind your business. People will get you caught up in all kinds of shit. And they be the ones that start the shit, but now it all of a sudden it turned into you said, bitch, what? I didn't say nothing. I was just sitting there. How they taught me not to be there. You can't put my name in nothing I wasn't there at. I've always had spiritual gifts, see, and history. My grandma could do it too, but she only spoke to me about Jesus and Christianity. I feel like a part of me is unknown or missing. You have to tap into that spirituality. Is your grandmother still alive? Because if she's not, she's one of the main hitters that's back there. I would go to my patient and the train, no waiting around, no chatting, nothing. Um, wait. Oh no, that's somebody else. She passed away when you was 15. Yeah, do you call on her? Let me tell you something about these Christian ancestors. When they die, they don't bother us with their spiritual works. I got some. My people ran churches. I have deacons and pastors and all types of people over there that ran churches. And look at me. They be right there at my initiations and my ceremonies and all kinds of stuff popping shit 24/7. It don't bother them. I have one elder. She just don't like the bird when we do the sacrifices. Other than that, she don't care. She still come through. That people used to blame me for things and I wasn't fair. I learned I needed to change some things about. And your circle. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not there, you can't accuse me of nothing. So I'm going to just excuse myself so y'all ain't got nothing to say. Like, if I'm not there, y'all ain't got nothing to talk about. How useless are your lives? Like, come on. Ain't nobody doing that. Um, One of the things that I had wanted to cover also is the people that's running to do spiritual workings and baths and all kinds of shit with other people. Let me tell you something. If you have not had a year of straight you on you, no crash outs, no meltdowns, no depression states, no misses with your what you supposed to be doing, and you don't on target, you know who you got, you know who you working with, you know what's going on, you don't have no questions, none of that kind of stuff. Then you and your spirit say it's time, go ahead. The rest of y'all, if I have to tell you to clean your head or clean your body, you ain't got no business touching nobody else shit. If I have to tell you to pray to your ancestors and your spirit guides, you ain't got no business touching nobody else shit. You ain't leading nobody. You ain't telling nobody nothing. Go sit the fuck down and worry about getting your shit together so that you can understand if it's a trickster energy that's popping through here trying to give you a message because you ain't do none of the beginning parts of what you were supposed to be doing right. Y'all can't just be seeing people do things like throw shells and tromolongos and all that other kind of stuff online and think, oh, I'm going to go buy this and I'm going to use this to talk to my... Did the spirit say that they would be willing to use that to talk to you? No. Put it down. You got to ask them. They don't want everything. I made a whole deck of cards that I needed to use that I gave away with my class. And I asked them, do anybody want these cards? They was like, we don't want those. You know what to do. That's for your class. We don't even want you to sell them. How about that? That's strictly for your class. You have to ask them. Just because you like something or you want to use something, that don't got nothing to do with them. And if they say that they're going to use it, whenever you go and, for instance, start using tarot cards, you better say a prayer before you bust them cards out. At least talk to the lady that's reading the cards and say, call her by name. Say, hi, how you doing? Can you come over here with me for a moment so we can read these cards and we can have a conversation? I need to know a few things if you're willing and yada, 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 yada. Could you please? If you have a pendulum that you use with your spirits, should you just be going over there and picking up the pendulum and going, where's the beginning parts of how you use this pendulum? Did you clean it? Did you charge it? Did you tell them this is a yes and this is a no? Every single time you pick that bitch up. Not just the first time you use it, every time. It's a routine. Every time we do something to talk to the ancestors or Orisha, we do a majuba, which is a prayer, which is an incantation, an invocation, a libation. Every single time. We never say ancestors, ancestors, ancestors. You know what we do? We name all 18,000 ancestors' names that we can think of at that point. When we get tired of naming ancestors, we'll say Toro Bobo Egun, which means to all of my ancestors, right? That's in light. When I'm going to do my tarot cards to talk to my ladies, do you think that I just go over there? And first of all, they told me don't touch my motherfucking cards without putting Cascadia on my hands. They don't give a fuck if I just took a spiritual bath. I could have just gotten out the spiritual bath, dried my hands, came in here and sat down. I went over here to reach for cards. They was like, why your hands ain't white? I was like, oh, my bad. Are you kidding me? Y'all be bugging. Y'all be doing what y'all want to do instead of what y'all supposed to do. No, sir. Nobody asked you what you felt like doing. Nobody asked you what was easier for you to do. We want you to do what's right for you so you can always get the right answer. Because if you're doing it that way, them answers is funky than a motherfucker. You don't know what you get in yeses or nos. If you use a yes or no coin and you go over there, what am I doing? I'm putting rum in my mouth. I'm spraying it on my coin. I'm talking to the spirit that this fucking coin belongs to. And I'm saying, I'm finna ask you some questions because you come over here for a second so I can talk to you. I'm saying their name. Right? The first question I'm going to ask is going to be a no. I'm going to throw that coin and I'm going to say it's today's Tuesday. Flip it. If it comes up a yes, she's not talking to you. If you didn't ask the no questions first and you just went on with your answers, how do you know that you're getting a response that's accurate? You don't. You didn't test the theory to see if the spirit came over there to talk to you. If you ain't been paying them no attention for long periods of time and not routines and ritual, and you gonna lollygag your ass over there one day and think you're gonna ask them a bunch of questions, you think that they always answer you? Absolutely not. My spirit's be like, if you don't get your ass out of here and go sit at that altar for a day, bitch, you bugging. You bugging. They don't play that. And y'all think that, it's, I'm going to go and I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. You better do you some prayer. You better go over there and sit down and see what you get all the time. Nobody said you got to sit there with them cards and be there for 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 hours. I'll be over there for 10 minutes. It don't take them more than 10 minutes to tell me some bullshit real quick. If I'm dealing with one. You know what I'm saying? And I got 1,000 of them. And when you're talking to, say you have Orisha and you're throwing 4 pieces of coconut to a legua, you gotta ask him, is it okay for me to close? Is everything ebo fin, ebo da before you get your ass up and walk from over there? It ain't just, okay, I'm finished asking my questions. I'm out. Let me go throw these coconuts out. He be looking at you like, bitch, you ain't asked me if I was finished talking to you, though. I know you came over here to talk to me, but you didn't ask me if I'm finished talking to you. You're not in charge. I am. You opened the door. You don't get to hang up until I say I'm finished with this call, period. That post I put up the other day about me going over there in pants, I was bugging. This protocol. You don't approach your Orisha to go sit down and do nothing with them as far as prayers and shaking their tools and all that kind of stuff in no pants if you're a woman and you got a vagina. Absolutely not. This protocol, you got to put on a skirt. Period. Nobody will let you come and greet their Orisha if you're not dressed right. If you're a woman, they will pull a skirt out the back and be like, hold up, put this on real quick and drop it. Somebody had put some jokes up like, oh, you should tell Baba to let you just for, ain't no telling him shit. He was like, your pants is cute. What are you doing? I was like, oh, my bad. I wasn't thinking it was cold in my house. I had on my little fuzzy teddy bear pajamas. I was all warm and shit. He was like, I could give 2 fucks. Go grab something. I was running through the house, dropping cigars and shit so fast. Child, bye. I'm not playing with him. Y'all know I'm telling you I have a love affair with, like, well, that's my boo. Like, man, he wasn't even funky about it. He was just like, oh, eh. Oh, this is what we doing? I was like, no, we not. And he saved me because he knew that the next 2 steps over, I'd have been at Shango. And baby, I did not want it. He was like, bitch, if I'd have got to let you get over here there with your pants on, he'd took the top of your shit off. And I was like, ooh. So, like, okay, he flipped, but it's him, better him than Shango. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I like what loves me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going, it's okay, baby. Yeah. So I'm going to be like, Listen. Oh, God. Yes, communication is essential in your spirituality. You must. And you must give them the opportunity to tell you some things. People love to ask me a question. I'll be like, what did your ancestors say? Don't ask me shit. You want me to ask them for you. How about you ask them for you? It's not about who your closest ancestors are. It's about who's enlightened spirit and truth that is stepping forward and is cool to be on your altar or shrine, period. When she was alive, she asked for your super. I never want to talk about it. Yeah, she'll talk about it now, though, baby, because she's on the other side. And she's got over there and she never saw Jesus. Boom. Yeah. Because you don't have enough of a routine or a ritual and you don't know who's doing the reading. You know what I'm saying? We don't play that. When I'm reading people, when I'm talking to y'all, I know these ladies. I know their energy. I know I'm hot right now. I know I'm sweating underneath my shirt right now. Because I know who started this shit when I was in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even start yet, but I felt it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I did. You have to know your spirits. That way nobody else busts through. And if somebody does try to bust through, my ladies will tear a spirit up. What? They will tear a spirit up. I want to tell my story how I got my ass handed to me when I was trying to do things on my own time and my own way. I learned hard and quick. Yeah, they'll teach you because it's for your safety. If they let you get too far, you're going to hurt yourself and you're going to hurt somebody else. And that's not the purpose of your gifts. And it may cause you to turn away from your spirituality. So they got to catch you when they can, you know, so that you don't turn your back on it, but do what's right. That's really all. You know, and don't hurt nobody in the process, because we're supposed to be here to help and not hurt, you know. Um, you know what my spirits will do when they want my attention too? I had, you know, every 5 days you're supposed to take care of your Ko-Fi, your E-Fi, your Rumila, your Ikins and stuff. And I hadn't set my alarm on my phone to do the next 6 months of days. I'm walking out the kitchen and I hear Orumila lave, Orumila lave. Yeah. I was like, I'm coming, Baba. They put their music in my head. Like, hello, today's the 5th. Why you ain't been over here yet? It's 3 o'clock. I was like, oh shit. I looked at my calendar. I was like, damn it, I didn't do it for the next 6 months. Because I usually put my alerts on my phone for 6 months at a time so that I know when I got to go over there and take care of my spirits and stuff. Because I be doing mad shit. The days, I don't be knowing what day the day is. You know what I'm saying? Knocking on your doors or tapping me. You got to be careful with that knocking on your doors. How many knocks? Where is it? What door? How do you feel? How did you feel when that happened? So you want to make sure that it's yours. And that's some bullshit. You know? But my people do all kinds of shit. It's usually something that's not, I ain't got to figure it out. It's like an instant, I know who that is. Yeah. It depends. Y'all remember, whenever you don't know what spirit, who are you and how do you come? That's the question you ask. Who are you and how do you come? They have got to answer you. Even dirty spirits don't lie about that. They got to answer that. They'll, if the most that they'll do is, you know, bitch, that ain't no answer. Get the fuck out of here. You better say God, Alofi, Olodumare, Buddha, some kind of name for God. Yahweh. I don't care what you call him. Her, them, earth, source. I don't care. Say something like that. If it ain't nothing like that, you got to carry your ass. Or if you him and han and well, you know, don't well, you know me. Well, you know that you should get the fuck out of my house now. Call all the ancestors in and escort the spirit out. Ain't nobody playing. Ain't nobody playing. I had somebody I was talking to earlier, and they're telling me something about identifying spirit guides, and they understand when it's these two, but now it's these other ones coming in, and I'm like, we didn't pull out them other ones. Who are they? I don't know. Shut it down. Shut it down until you know. We don't play that at all whatsoever. If you have a spirit guide that you communicate with and you're clear with them and you know what's good with them and you can get an answer for them, you tell them, who the fuck is that? If it ain't mine, get it out of here. If it is mine, I need you to tell me who it is and that it's safe. Period. Y'all got to get in that habit of asking the spirits that you can communicate with about any fucking thing that's going on in your house. I don't care how many different spirits it got to do with. I don't care if it got to do with an Orisha. I don't care if it got to do with anything from an initiated system. I don't care if it got to do with any goddamn thing. You think that spirit that's on the spiritual realm with these other spirits can't tell you what the fuck that is? They can. So you must ask. I've never had a spirit guide kicked out of my court by my ancestors. Absolutely not. No. Sometimes people will have spirit guides that are not so elevated, and they need elevation, right? Why? There's something about you and them that you guys got to learn together. And if you put in the work to get that understanding and that learning, their vibration rate. And so they change a lot because spirits still have the ability to elevate and to grow and to change, right? For instance, I have a spirit guide she's young, right? And she just do shit. But she know the rules. And then I have watchers to keep Pug in check, right? But for the most part, me and her got to understand it. You know what I'm saying? you know, she only get like that when she feel like I don't pay her enough attention. So I just be tell, just say something. You know what I'm saying? But I make it my business to be in her face and do little nice stuff for her. I'll spend a day with her or something like that, and I'll braid her hair or comb her hair and wash her face and change her clothes and just, you know, love on her for a little bit. She like that kind of stuff. If I'm going someplace, I'll put her in a seatbelt in the back of the car and take her and her horse and shit with me. You know what I'm saying? And she be fine. Some of them just want attention and some of them need elevation. And if they're younger, you got to be very mindful about what your vibration and your energy does because they ride off for you. So because I'm so strict and because I have such strict spirits and because I'm very much on top of everybody and they know that not one is going to cause havoc in here. Like my ancestors, my other spirits will take care of them before my ancestors got to get up out their chair. Period. But they ride off of my energy, so I'm giving it up right. So they're gonna follow my lead, you know. I just tell them, just talk to me. Don't do me like that. Like we ain't gotta do that. Tell me, you know what I mean? My ancestors communicate with me telepathically and through dreams. My dreams are in parables. It's challenging to interpret them at times. Write them down. You gotta keep a log of your dreams. And then at the end of the week or at the end of the month, you gotta look over your dreams and then look at your life and see where's this coming into play. What's making sense with this? I don't be all knowing. I just listen. I tell you all the time and then I'm a horse for spirit, so it's easy for them to ride me. It's easy for them to come in and take my mouth and use my vessel to say what they gotta say. Because 90% of the times when I do these lives, I tell you I don't know what the fuck I told y'all. I have no idea. I gotta watch it. Because they be slipping in and saying shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm doing that, I'm learning at the same time because I gotta watch it and see what did I say. And there ain't no one human all knowing ever. I wouldn't even allow you to say that about me. That is not true. No, ma'am. I just listen to what I heard. I just listen to what they showed me. I'm just obedient to tuning into them and setting the tone with them and doing all of the things that I'm supposed to do with them. You know what I mean? I am one of those people who is constantly like that. So when I do my water, my bubbles stay like, you know what I'm saying? My spirits come through because first of all, I've opened up the space. I done had a whole conversation with them. I done prayed. I done did all of that when before I sit down and have a conversation with you guys. You know, I don't just ever, you never see me in my bed doing no fucking live. What am I teaching y'all? That I can't get up and I'm lazy? How am I channeling spirit and I'm laying down? Ain't nobody that's laying in their bed channeling spirit. Let me just say that. I wish I would call myself channeling spirit while I'm laying in my bed. They be sitting like, stop lying to these fucking people. You know goddamn well. You know goddamn well. That's some bullshit. Word. I was born into this. I had seen and spoke to spirit since I was 2 years old. Arisha came to my mother for me when I was 2 weeks old. So, and I come from a spiritual family. Although I came up Baptist in church and all of that other kind of stuff. And then my babysitter was a Jehovah's Witness. So we used to go to the Kingdom Hall. We used to do Bible study, all that kind of shit. My grandmother was in the church. We used to be in the church. We were church kids, all that kind of shit. Sunday service, all that dumb shit. But still, when my grandma got home, everybody got their spiritual bath. She talked to her madamas. She dealt with her spirits. You know what I'm saying? We would go to the African village, deal with the elders there. You know, I've always had, my family's been very spiritual, so I didn't have any issues or any pushback when I decided to take my spiritual walk. And so seeing spirits and stuff like that has always been second nature to me. Like that shit has never scared me because it was a part of my life. You know what I'm saying? I used to see the spirits and talk to the spirits when I was a child. So, you know, that wasn't a big shift in my life at all. If you don't have any dreams, just blackness, you need to clean your head. You need to meditate. You need to clean your house. You need cycles of head washes, not just one. You need to meditate at minimum 5 times a week, 15 minutes a day. You have to ground yourself. You have to try to connect again. You got to get your ancestors on board and you got to get your Ori together. You got to do prayers to your Ori. They're my highlights. You got to wake up your spark again. You got to connect with your higher self again. There's no reason why you dream and you go to sleep and it's just black. That's crazy. I've never experienced that in my life. Not for like forever. There'll be certain days that I don't travel or that I don't dream. Um, but when it gets to a week of no dreaming, I got to clean. There's something going on. There's absolutely something going on. That's me. With my ADHD, my telepathic communication with spirit is all over the place. Spirit normally quiet, so I got the assignment to meditate the frequency. Your attention deficit disorder may not be something. Did you ever ask if that is spiritual? Let me tell you something. Before, I knew all, because I have a gang of spirits, right? Oh my God, it's so many of them, right? And then I have a king of ancestors. Before you get to start identifying who's who, it sounds like a crowded lunchroom in your head. If I can't focus on one thing and I'm bouncing to do something else and I can't do it, it could very well be that the spirits are bothering you and trying to get your attention and it's pulling your attention in different directions. Right? That's one thing. Second thing, you don't clean yourself. You don't ground yourself. You don't meditate. Like, you don't do nothing to keep you centered to earth. Right? And so you're all over the place. It's not always what they classify as attention deficit disorder. It's about you getting control of your mind. Right? And that's what you're forcing yourself to do, that meditation every single day. You have to build up a tolerance. Like when you do meditation, they tell you do it 30 days straight in a row. Same meditation, 30 days. That's how you start to build a routine. The first 5 days, you might fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. I still got 25 more days. By that 10th day, you ain't falling asleep no more. You're paying more attention to what's going on. More pieces of the meditation is working for you. So by the 30th day, you're good with that meditation. Now I've got a routine. This works. So does no bubble that it means that the spirits are not passing through wherever that glass of water is. They're not coming for. If you're sitting there and you have that water there and you have that candle there and there's no bubbles in that water, the spirits ain't coming over there. I mean, you was going to tell me that I felt off. I needed. You gotta have a routine. Why do you think that soldiers work so well? Because they have a routine, and somebody's telling them what to do 24/7. They know that at 4 a.m. they gotta get up. They gotta make their beds. They gotta shower. They gotta hit the chow hall. They gotta do all of this. They gotta work out. They gotta routine. How do you think that their mental is able to handle being out there warring and all of that other kind of stuff? They are routined. It don't matter what happened the day before. You know tomorrow this is what you gotta do. You signed up for it. Same difference. Last time I had a dream it was scary. Zombie apocalypse. Are you like the Walking Dead, baby? Meditation is extra powerful. And I used to hate it. And then my spirit spazzed on me. I was like, we don't care. Nobody asked you what you liked. This is about what you need. And I was like, say less. And as I started to meditate more, when I started to go sit at my altar or sit in front of my spirits or do my tarot cards and talk to my guides and all of that other kind of stuff, the messages started to come in clearer. I was able to understand it because you guys think that this is where you get your messages. 90% of them is in here. And you got to be identify, what the fuck did I just see? I know I just seen some shit that I wasn't thinking about. Are you being led through this world? Right? Are you just going along with the flow of the world? Or are you at the forefront of your own life? Do you let other shit control how you live your life? Do you let other people control your emotions and how you feel? Are you in control of your existence? The answer for the bubbles kind of made sense. In the years that I've had my altar, I would never see bubbles. How consistent are you at the altar? Right? If you're doing that guided meditation and you crying, ain't no way. First of all, you're too busy focusing on the colors of the lights that's going through your body and cleaning yourself. Oh yeah, I'm like that, the Walking Dead, I guess. So you have to change that. Right? You got to get in front of your life. Right? This is what I want for my life. This is where I see my life, and this is the way that I'm going to get it, bit by bit, step by step. But you got to do the stuff in order for the stuff to start moving for you, so that you're not like the Walking Dead, and you're not being led around, and you are in full control and empowered in your existence. What are the goals that I had as a child? What are the goals that I used to want to have before I had kids? What are my passions? What are the things that make me happy? When did I, yeah, you can't just be surviving. You're not living. You gotta live. You know what I'm saying? You got to. And you're gonna get like that gives you life again. Right? When you, like, I'm not a person that like to be outside with a bunch of people and, you know, all of that kind of, I hate that. I don't like people like that. But it's because I'm sensitive to a lot of, very, very sensitive to a lot of things now. And so I prefer not to. But even my Arisha was like, bitch, go outside. I was like, God damn. Y'all even telling me, oh, y'all was like, please, it's enough. I was like, I don't want to go. She was like, but you're gonna go. I was like, as soon as it warms up, it's too cold now. It's like 13 degrees here in New York. Ain't nobody got time for that. But as soon as it warms up, I gotta go outside. She told me to go outside. You know what I'm saying? Live again. Yeah. Right now, this is winter time, it's hibernation time. But as soon as spring roll around, April roll around, it's time to be outside again. Just like when the plants and the flowers and everything's coming to life again, so we must as well. You know what I'm saying? We gotta follow suit with oh my God, it's 13 degrees in Virginia. What? Yo, that's bugged out. Thank you, baby. I want to say this also. People that have received initiatory items, if you ever fall out with the elder that gave you that, your first move is not to throw out those things that they gave you. Your first move is to find someone that the ancestors have said is cool, good, in light, for you to get a divination from, not a tarot read, in some form of traditional divination, to find out if the ceremony first was done correctly. If the answer is yes, you not should throw away that stuff. Let me tell y'all something. If you get initiated or crowned in Orisha, pick a system, I don't give a fuck. The most important part of what you are receiving are your shells. If you get rid of I don't care what's in the pots. Those things are easy to replace. You know what I'm saying? They're costly, but they are not as costly as having to birth new shells for your Orisha. Please do not throw that stuff out if you have not gotten confirmation. And I want you, before you even talk to the person that you are going to ask about it, you better sit down and ask your ancestors. I've had multiple people tell me that they went and threw their shit away, and baby, it's a problem. It's damn near just as expensive as the initial ceremony for you to have gotten done in the first place, to replace all of that stuff. Especially if you got it done here in the States. And though the shells are what speak, baby. If you've gotten it done here in the States, they would normally give you multiple Orisha during your initiation. So for you to have to replace all of that, it's bananas. So please don't get yourself, yeah, you're going to have to replace that stuff if that was something that you were supposed to have. If that initiation was done right, you got to replace that. It's not going to be right until you replace that, because you were initiated. You took the pact. You made the bond. You were supposed to carry out your bond with them regardless of what happened with that elder. They don't give a fuck. You made the bond with me, not with them. So even if you kept your stuff and you decided to leave that elder, do you think that the Orisha should be like, oh, you left your elder, I'm leaving too? That's not how that works. That's not how that works. So you got to replace that. And you got to ask your ancestors, who is it in my best interest to go to in order to receive X, Y, and Z? People was like, oh, I've never heard somebody preach so hard about asking the ancestors about. I ask my ancestors about anything and everybody. I don't give a fuck who they are. I don't care what your name is. I don't care what your title is. I don't care what you came from. I don't care what your skin look like. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. My ancestors are going to tell me everything I need to know about you. Period. Y'all get in the habit of letting your ancestors tell y'all everything they need to tell y'all about somebody, especially when you're dealing with your spiritual practice and you got to align yourself with this person spiritually. Oh, I got questions. I got questions for days. And somebody going to answer me. Or we going to be sitting here looking at each other. Yes. Um, Somebody asked me something about burning hair and it smelling like incense. I ain't never smelled that, so I can't answer that question. Burning hair smells funky as hell to me. I do not like it. I ain't never smelled no hair being burnt that smell like incense. So we supposed to do the talk to the ancestors at a time for a few days, then more on to the next ancestor. What's how your ancestors work? When you going over there to talk to them, they all be, it's like a conglomerate, it's like a group, you know what I'm saying? But you can pinpoint on who you want to talk to. Call that person's name, say, this one, step forward, I want to talk to you, I want to ask you some questions, show me some stuff about your life. I do the same thing with my spirit guides. When I want to know any, pick a spirit, it don't matter who it is, ancestor, spirit guide, Risha, whatever, right? When I want to know something about their lives, or if I want to know something about specifically one of them, I will take whatever I have of them or put myself right in front of that particular picture or whatever, right? If I have my ancestors' pictures and there's a bunch of them, sometimes I'll take it away. That's not true. I don't do that with my ancestors, but I do that with my spirit guides. If I have a spirit guide that has a doll or something like that, I'll take her from where the rest of the spirits are and go sit her on the couch next to me and I'll talk to her like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just me, and they see me take you. They know that I ain't trying to talk to nobody else but you. You know what I'm saying? With the ancestors, all you got to do is say their name if you want to talk to a specific one of them. You know, you have to get into, when we do these divinations and stuff, specific ancestors, like some of your ancestors will read tarot cards. Some of them you will use a yes or no coin, so you know specifically who you dealing with and who you talking to. I had a young lady earlier, one of her great-great-grandfathers used a coin. Great-great-grandma used cards. You know what I'm saying? So they gave her two ways of communicating with the ancestral line if she's not catching it intuitively. Yeah, burning hair stink to me too. The ancestors have always been a part of African culture, but some juices say stay away. Working with my ancestors has been the best thing that could have happened in my spiritual journey. Mine too. People that tell you to stay away from their ancestors don't understand their ancestors. And that means that they haven't done their shadow work nor elevated. And their ancestral line needs elevation. And if anyone ever has these horror stories about their ancestors, those are the ancestors that are not in light and they are not elevated. And your vibration is what calls them forward. So if I'm low, all of the rusty, dusty ancestors that I got back there is trying to bum rush the gates. My great-great-grandmother and my great-great-grandfather punched them in the fucking back of their throats quick. I got so many elevated to the front, they can't get to the front of the line to talk to me. They know better. They don't want that smoke. My other ancestors will bomb down on the other ancestors that's not in light that be trying to, they're not having that shit. Soon as we know that somebody back there doing some bullshit, it's a wrap for them. Oh, the ancestors get in their ass. You not allowed to come talk to this child. Are you dumb? Mad people be scared of the work. But you got to do the work. Or else leave spirit alone. I say that all the time. If you're not willing to put in the work, leave them the fuck alone. Go do something else. Just be good to yourself. Be good to your children. Be good to your mate. Be good to your family. Be good to other people. You be alright. You just gonna go through life however you go through life, but don't bother spirit, because if you're not gonna hold up your end of the bargain, they gonna fuck with you. You shouldn't have knocked on this door. Nobody was bothering you. Nobody asked you to knock on this door. You seen some shit on Instagram and was like, you know what, that looks cool. They was like, all right, thank you for inviting us in. Now you have to deal with us. Y'all be worried about the way it looks instead of what's behind it. Yeah, they got all them candles on the table. Yeah, they got all this stuff glittered on it. Who they working with? You don't know. What are they doing this for? They say it's for manifestation. No, 60% of the people on this list ain't got no job. They not getting no manifestation of money. So if they haven't put in anything to apply for jobs or anything like that, you think that's gonna work? It don't work like that. This is not a magic trick. I'm named after my great-great-grandmother. I never met her, but I always felt so close to her. I have one picture of her, and I didn't receive until after my mom transitioned. Yet this walk ain't for everybody, and everybody ain't for this walk. On God, because it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy at all. And don't think that it's ever easy. What you see online is not the half of it. These people who love to tell y'all something about, oh, you should do this, or to only give your ancestors this kind of liquor. How about you ask them what the fuck they like? Stop listening to these dumbasses online. I give my people what they ask me for. If I listen to what y'all told me online, they would never get the white Hennessy that they like. I ain't never seen nobody online tell nobody get their ancestors white Hennessy. My ancestors like that shit. When I crack a bottle of white Hennessy, to be honest, everybody in my house, every spirit in my house, except for my Arisha, a Lego will take it. But the rest of them, they don't want that shit. The ancestors, on gang, put it over here. My Bovida, with the rest of my spiritual guys, gang, give us some. Hey, all of my other spirits, run that Henny. You know what I'm saying? You got to go with what your people tell you to give. When I'm in the kitchen and I feel like, and I start pouring liquors for them, I'll get Brugal. You think I'm gonna say, oh, they told me to give y'all gin, or bitch, they just told me Brugal. I know I got a bottle of Brugal on the refrigerator. I'm gonna put an extra shot of Brugal over there. Somebody want that shit, have it. Y'all gotta get in the habit of asking the spirit, what do you want? People will tell you all the time what you do with your motherfucking spirits and what they do with their spirits and never ask the spirit, but they just going by what they elder told them. Shut up. What do you want? I know what they said, but is that what you want? Yes or no? They be like, I don't want that shit. I be like, well, what do you want? It's about your communication with them and what is it that they want. I'm going to ask all the time. Alizé, oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Well, you know that if that was one of her favorites, when it's something you want to call her energy forward, get a shot glass, put some Alizé in it, and put it on the altar and be like, Grandma, come here, I want to talk to you. When you believe in the things that you don't understand, you suffer. That's why it's knowledge, understanding, wisdom, application, and experience, baby. You got to practice. You got to test your theories. You have to get the understanding and understand that there's what's the roots, the origins. I need to know why I'm doing what I'm doing. Why am I putting this water over here? Why am I putting this light over here? If I give this spirit a candle and I'm asking for manifestation, did I do anything to make sure that money could come into me? There was just a little blockage or something in the way that wasn't going to help me to get it. I'm asking the spirit to move that shit out of my way so that that money flows to me. But I've already put in the work to get the money. It's just something's held up. You know what I'm saying? I have a product that I just needed to sell. But I did the work because I put the product together. I put it out there. But now I need y'all to push it for me. You know what I'm saying? I just needed to work these, normally they don't offer overtime on my job, but for some reason I got the overtime that the elders usually get, the seasoned people usually get. I got the overtime to get the extra money. That's how that works. Money don't fall out the sky. Ever. Got the message from my African ancestors. That's my Irish ancestors. Cool. I put a glass of Guinness on the altar right out. Yeah. Learn to have a white cloth for your ancestors. It depends on your setup. If you have it on a table or something like that, yes, a white cloth is customary. We don't do colors and stuff like that. Why? White is neutral. White is light. You know what I'm saying? Unless they tell you to add something extra to it, no. But traditionally, yeah, not for an altar. Like if you have your own altar space, like no, white for the ancestors and the Bovida. Wait, we put alcohol on a Bovida too. The Bovida highlight video on your IG is down. Yeah, you put alcohol on your Bovida too. You got spirits that drink liquor. I have a shot of rum. I got a shot of gin. I got a glass of wine. Certain spirits like different specific stuff. So I get little glasses of all kinds of little crazy little shit for them and put it up on that altar. That means anybody that drink all this different shit, everybody got this a shot glass up here for all of y'all. Go get that. Yeah. I feel like she's been trying to talk to me for the longest because I smell cigarettes all the time so much that it makes me hard to breathe. Do you ever light a cigarette and leave it there for her at the altar and sit down and have a conversation with her? Light it, give her her liquor, sit down and have a conversation with her. She'll talk to you. Jamaican, Sicilian, and Puerto Rican. You got some heavy hitters back there. And don't think that them ladies won't get along. That ain't true. They gang for you. They will gang for you. It's about you. I heard somebody saying before about, I have to separate my paternal ancestors and my maternal ancestors. Let me tell y'all something. I got one fucking ancestor also. If the motherfuckers can't get along, then somebody gotta go. Okay? I do have the names all on one sheet. Are they separated? Absolutely not. I do, however, have my photographs of my dad's side in one frame, my mom's side in one frame. That was it wasn't even conscious, but I just, when I was putting the pictures together, I wanted grandma and great grandma and her kids and her grandkids all to be together because they was a family. But are they all at the same altar, all on the same walls? Yes. If I have to separate them, that means that there's somebody back there needs elevation and they causing problems and they shouldn't be up here until they elevate it. That's what that means. Right? Y'all all here supposed to be ganging together to do for me. Y'all better put that earthly bullshit to the side because y'all are spirits. So ain't no way that you motherfuckers should be back there hating each other, not liking each other, causing havoc for any reason. Because the only reason why you motherfuckers is back there is to help me. If y'all not helping me, then there's no reason for you to be here. Period. I don't play that shit. Oh, they my ancestors. I don't give a fuck. Y'all are going to come in light and spirit and truth or you won't be here. These are the rules. Everybody's gang for me. One band, one sound. One shot, one kill. We're not separating a goddamn thing. We one motherfucking army. Are you kidding me? When they swoop down, I need tears of y'all to go out in droves and swipe the block. Y'all fighting each other. Something the enemy can get through. You got me fucked up. That's not the kind of show we running. So, because my vibration is high, that's where I'm setting the bar. Period. You come trying to fucking mambo underneath that bitch, you get kicked in the back of your neck. Ain't nobody playing that. And that's not how that works. So we're not going to have people on here telling you all kinds of dumb bullshit. If that's the case, motherfuckers need elevation, and y'all go to the Catholic Church and ancestors. Who back here needs elevation? Because you should not have every single ancestor that you know on your altar. You better start asking the ones that you do know that are enlightened, spirit, and truth. Is Joe Jackson elevated and safe to be on my ancestral altar? Yes or motherfucking no. Period. You got to ask about everybody, blood or not. They are spirits. Holding grudges, that's human. That's a problem. That's not what they supposed to be doing. And if you are one of those people who are nasty and funky and you never did your shadow work and your frequency and your vibration ain't right, the ancestors is right there chilling with you because you can't call no shots. You can't. Because that's what you're giving out. So that's the code you got the fucking meter set at. That's what's happening. It's on you. Elevation means that they're given light. That they're being allowed to look at themselves. Because you have to do shadow work. You think spirits never had to do that shadow work? 100%. As soon as they cross over to the other side, they got to go stand in front of God, Olodumare, Olofi, their ancestors, their Egbe, which is their spiritual family. All of that to tell them why they faltered in doing the job that they had signed and said that they was going to do when they came here and they failed at it. They got to stand for that. They got to take them chin checks. They got to take those punishments. They got to make up for what they did. As they do that on the spiritual realm and work on themselves and drop the human shit, the emotions, the ties, the baggage, the I don't likes, the attitude, the humanly shit that comes along with this experience. You're supposed to shed that when you go back. We only came here to learn, grow, and elevate, not to take this bullshit back there with us. We wanted to have a human experience. That's the way that we can understand what our people or what humanity is really about to be there. If we were only spirits and never had that human experience, it would be not an understanding to us because spirit is very non-emotional, right? Somebody may have just wanted to taste a cheeseburger. You got to be human to be able to taste a cheeseburger because spirit don't eat, right? They smell. It's a sense of smell that you affect when you're putting food and stuff down for your ancestors and your spirit guides. You're triggering their sense of smell, which triggers their memory, which causes them to stay alive. Y'all seen Coco, right? So elevation is them stepping out of that human aspect of themselves and going back into the spiritual aspect of themselves and understanding everything that they did wrong, which raises their elevation because it's acceptance. It's release. It's the awakening, the spirituality, the getting back to one, the understanding that this was just a moment in time and wasn't for them to carry forward and them to understand what their true mission was and to go back to being spirit. Prior to the contract to coming to earth, you were a spiritual being, and you were in a light form, right? You were in a heavenly plane, in a different plane, in a plane where spirit resides, and it's nothing like this earth. So you can't take this earthly shit back into the spiritual realm with you and think that you get to just ride out and come and be an ant. Nah, B. I'm gonna need you to shed all that shit like you when the soldiers used to go to war. They used to make them go and sit with a witch doctor and get all that shit taken care of before they were allowed to go back to their families. I need you to get all that mentality off of you before you go back in there fucking with your family. You don't get PTSD over there. We taking care of that here right now before we let you go back. Same thing with spirits. And the ones that they say no to putting certain ancestors on the altar, you just keep them there on the paper. Or no, you don't keep them nowhere. You put them in a drawer that you can ask later on at another time if it is in your best interest to do any type of elevation service for that particular spirit. If they say yes, 90% of the time they're going to tell you to go do it at a Catholic church and not in your house. Why? Because I'm not lighting candle and putting water here to open a doorway for that spirit to come here into my house. You're not welcome here yet. So you'll get all the energy that you need from the priests at the Catholic Church and the people that's over there praying and going about your motherfucking business. When spirit comes back and the rest of the ancestors that are enlightened spirit and truth tell me it is time that spirit has decided to elevate and that it has worked and they have sat before God and did all that they're supposed to do, and when they come over here, they're not going to cause me no harm. They're here only to help. That's when you add them. But you must ask. It ain't, oh, I thought it was okay now. Nah. If your ancestors don't say now, they sit in that motherfucking drawer until the end of time. I don't mean to sound ignorant. I'm only asking because I was told from someone else that my grandmother's asking to be elevated, and I'm feeling because I'm getting a real. So elevate her. Go to the Catholic Church. Pay for an intention-based mass. In New York, they charge about $15. You got to go to the rectory. They're going to pull out their calendar. They're going to tell you what days and times they have the masses. Catholic Church masses is 25 minutes in and out. You're going to go in there. You're going to light that candle. They're going to pray for her in that church. You're going to say her name in that church. You're going to pray for her while you're there. You're going to come up out that mass and go home. Period. That was not true. The only reason why they told me that she wanted to be elevated was to remove her from me because she's my. Elevation doesn't remove your spirit. Elevation gives them more light and more energy, and connects them higher with the God frequency. It doesn't remove them from you to elevate your ancestor. Thank you. Wow, so my grandma loved egg salad. I was going to make that for her. Should I not? Because it can trigger old emotions. For who? If she needs elevation, you shouldn't be doing nothing in your house right now for her except for going to the church and doing the elevation service for her. If she only needs a little bit of elevation, then there is a 9-day elevation service that I have in my highlights. But you have to ask which one is safe. If she's not at the point where she should be in your house just yet and she shouldn't be on your altar just yet, then I'm not doing nothing for her in my house. I'm not even making her egg salad in my house. She got to wait till she elevate. When she elevate and they tell me it's good and her energy is not going to cause no problems and she's in light, then I make her egg salad and all whatever the fuck else she want. But until they say that, I'm not doing that. What's it? It's a misa, a mass. You want to? The Catholic churches do masses in the mornings and on the weekends here. So it's a mass, and in that mass they pray, and they take the ancestors' names, they write it down in the book. They're used to this. It's not something that they don't know about. They know about it because they got a book for it. Got a whole book. They bust that book out, and because they do it, they do prayers for ailing people. They do prayers for people in the church that, the congregation members and stuff like that. So they'll take it because the $10 or $15 is a donation for the church. That man is up front in front of the church praying anyway. It don't take nothing for him to add your ancestor name into that prayer. Do you do me? I do misas, but I don't have no availability until the summertime after April. Do you know the name of the church? Any church. I'm in any Catholic church in New York. Pick it. I've gone to multiple churches in New York, but I live in Westchester. So there's a church every 5 blocks up here. And I'll tell you this. You need to walk in the church or at least Google the church to look at the pictures of the church to see what you get a creepy feeling from. Because there's one particular church in my town that is creepy as fuck. And I know they was doing some bullshit in this church. And I will not go in that church for nothing. They can't even offer me holy water out that bitch. It feels dark when you walk in there. I was like, I don't know what they had going on in this basement, but it's whack. Any kind of Catholic church. It could be what you call them? Roman Catholic, straight up Catholic, any of them that do masses. Any of them that do masses you could go to. Yeah, and then you do that. No dreams of snakes around you is not a good omen. What's your friends doing? Who's the people that surround you? Snakes around you is snakes around you. Everything, spirit. We talking everything spirit. Give me more of the dream. I was drinking some wine. It's almost empty. I need to go get me another glass. I got me some water around here too. Where's my water bottle? Yeah, no. Snakes around you is not normally a good omen. Give me some more of the dream though, and then tell me about the people that's in your circle, your frenemies. Y'all gotta pay attention to the type of people y'all call friends. I tell y'all this. If they're nasty and funky to somebody else, your time is coming. If they are nasty to everybody else around in their life, they only not nasty to you because they need you for something at this time. As soon as their need for you goes away, it's a wrap. Believe in what the one true living God, and do you follow? Who's the one true living God? What are you talking about? I don't have friends. I get rid of people. Well, you should be if you're dreaming about snakes in your life. How close, like when you for you to get rid of them means you accepted them into your life at some point, right? What was it about them that I don't know who Yahweh is. What is it about about them that attracted you to be in their presence in the first place? Right? What is it about them that you missed picking up on going in, that you allowed the snakes to be in your life, that you had to get rid of them? This is about foresight, right? About paying attention to the people that you are allowing into your life so that we don't have to do cleanups so much, right? I got a gang of people that want to be cleaned up and linked up with me. I know that they just trying to use me for clout. I'm not playing with these people at all. Come on, Nails. Come on, Nails. The evil eyes and the butterflies. Thank you. I'm not playing with these people at all. You know what I mean? I know that if there's no return on my investment, then what are we doing? If we can't learn together, if we can't grow together, if we can't empower one another, if we can't help one another, if we can't lift each other up when we need it, if we can't be there just to encourage one another or just be a sounding board sometimes, and if these people can't, listen, I don't talk to people that can't give me solid advice. I'll never talk to people that are down and broken and angry and bitter and ask them or talk to them about any part of my life. Nothing important. So then I'm not having basic conversation with you either. I don't want that. That means I don't want to have to vibrate low to get along with people. I'm not doing that. You got to come to my vibration or you're not supposed to be here. Someone told me to put tobacco in the jar and won't tell me why. They just said put the water on the floor to clean it. Well, tobacco is a good cleaner. It's a purifier. It's a push-up. So tobacco is a very strong herb for cleansing, right? That's why. When people tell you stuff like that, you have to look up magical properties of enter the plant name, spiritual properties of enter the plant name. And it's going to tell you spiritually, what does this herb or plant do? You got to get in the habit of doing that. Google works amazing. You'll find out everything you want to know on Google about the spiritual properties or spiritual uses of enter the herb's name. It's going to tell you. That way you understand what you're doing. That's a very good cleanser. There's no reason why you can't do that. They even sell, what you call it? Like the 1800 colognes come in tobacco flavor, so you can add some of that to it as well. Someone told me to put, wait a minute, you tell me who the one true living God is so I can discern what you are teaching to be truth or not. Boy, get off my Instagram, my YouTube. We're not talking about no one true God. I don't ever discuss anything in that fashion. We're talking about spirit as a whole, okay? You don't have to discern what I'm teaching from because nobody asked you to be here. You can excuse yourself. You got me fucked up. What does it mean when I have dreams through eyes of other people, strangers, then I see the people in real life? What does it mean when I have dreams through the eyes of other strangers? Like you're dreaming that you are this person and you're seeing something. And then you actually see that actual person in real time. Is that what's happening? Hold up. Get rid of this. Just did it. Um, you gotta be fucked up. Not playing with these people. You gotta prove yourself to nobody. Niggas got the audacity to call you like I gotta prove myself to you. You know what you could do. The Saints have infiltrated the live stream with. I bought Cunningham's book of Ancestral. Yeah, that's an excellent book. I use that book all the time. Um, but I do go to Google though as well. If it's not in that book, I have the Working the Roots book. I have a gang of spiritual books. In my highlights on my Instagram page, I usually got a bunch of herb books and stuff like that on there, crystal books, all of that. And if it's not in the books for any particular reason, that Google, it gives me all of that. So let me get some basil. I'll definitely go on to Google. It's spiritual. Probably. Yeah, basil is cleansing and it's protective. It's a dual herb. It's in the shape of a heart. So they use it for love and prosperity and money. And then they also use it for protection. So it's dual. You can use that two ways. It's how you invoke the herb for how it's supposed to work for you. You know? Like say I see myself doing coke in a restaurant with two Hispanic people, then these two people with a white girl in real life. Well, you know that they're cokeheads, so you got to ask spirit, are y'all just showing me these what's going on with these people, so that I know. And if it's a yes, then you know that that's how your gift comes. So if you were to be in a situation like there's no way that nobody can get over on you with the truth if that's the way your gift comes. Period. Yeah, he was totally bugging. I've done that too, but I've never saw the people in real time. I've been dreaming through the eyes of a white woman for weeks. Do you have Caucasian people? Yeah, the audacity, like where they buy it from. Do you have Caucasian people in your family, Nyla? Where this can be an ancestor? I looked up most of your books in there. Yeah. They so old. I need protective jewelry. You make it. You make your protective jewelry. I don't buy protective jewelry. I make all my shit. There's something we can put in the herbal teas to preserve them when we out them in gallon jugs in the fridge. Any type of so if this is for baths, spiritual baths, anything that has alcohol in it will preserve it longer. So if you use like 1800 cologne that has alcohol in it, so that'll preserve it longer. If you use what do you call that? Dettol that has like a little something in there that preserves it a little bit, but it gives it a little twinge of a smell, that Dettol. If you use Florida water in the sweetening bath, that'll preserve it longer. I don't use Florida water in my cleansing baths because it's more flowers and sweetening, pulling energies in the new Florida water unless you're making it yourself. If you use bay rum, that has a liquor in it, so that'll preserve it a little bit longer. Anything that has alcohol in it preserves it a little bit longer when you're refrigerating something. You can freeze it too, though. You know what I'm saying? Not for not long periods of time, but for a couple of days. Like if I'm gonna do this week, next week I'm gonna do that. I'll throw it in the freezer for next week, and then I'll do it that. I don't be like a month later and I'm gonna pull a month old bath out the refrigerator. I don't do that. Um, Oh, herbal teas for you to drink. I'm thinking spiritual bath. My bad. No. I don't know if anything that you could put in there that's going to make it last longer. The purpose of the herbal tea to be drinking it is that it's fresh. You know what I mean? It's not really something that you're supposed to have long, sitting there long periods of time. Um, Having sleep protection, crystals having sleep protection is very important. Like crystals, you can use amethyst to help detox. Not that I know of, but I truly, these are people who have attached themselves to me somehow when I'm not dreaming through the eyes of a white man, I'm dreaming of an arrow. You got to check that out. Because if you have spiritual attachments, that's not a good thing. And if they are not of your bloodline or a spirit guide that if they are not your spirit guides or in your bloodline, then they shouldn't be that close to you. And yeah, you make it yourself. Yes. What are you using for the protection? Right? Are you using crystals? Are you using evil eyes? What are you using? Whatever you're using, you got to make some type of a solution from herbs that will charge and activate this particular item. So if it's for protection, it's for ghost chasing, it's for whatever that I'm putting in it, I'm going to use something like St. Michael waters in there to cleanse it. I'm going to use things that are High John the Conqueror, that kind of stuff for love. It depends on what it's for, what I'm going to be adding to this protections, amulets, cleansing, so that I am washing it in it, I'm invoking with it, I'm charging it for it to work this way. It's what my energy and what I'm calling in from the universe onto that item that makes it powerful. It's not the item itself. It don't matter what I use. You know what I'm saying? It's what I'm putting into it, who I'm calling in to empower it, who I'm calling in to charge it, how much faith in it do I have that it's going to work. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of stuff. You could use whatever. But if spirit say this is going to protect you, it's going to fucking protect you, period. Did you? That's hilarious. Might be able to use citric acid to preserve food, but you need to Google it and the dilution factor needed for the baths. But I make my baths using the kettle because I'm lazy. Thank you for answering. Yeah, just a little bit of alcohol. But remember, anything that has alcohol in it doesn't go on your head. Hot stuff don't go on your head. Salt does not go on the head wash. If you put salt on snow or ice, it melts. That means it's hot. It does not go on your head. Anything that we put on our heads is usually cooling, clarifying, purifying, cleansing, lighter herbs. Unless you got something really crazy going on, you're still using the plant because it comes from nature, it comes from earth source, it's connected to source, it has an energy, it has a vibration, it has a frequency, right? Plants, not salt, not on our heads. Alcohols, not on our heads. How do you make Florida water? There's recipes. Google it. They got mad recipes on how to make Florida water. It's all herbs and oranges and lemons and shit. Been doing unbinding baths, but doesn't seem. Who you trying to unbind yourself from? The bath ain't enough. And why do you need a bath to unbind you? Who you trying to unbind yourself from? Do they spiritually bind you? Like they actually did a job to bind you, or this is mental? The recipe has to match the situation and the energy. I wouldn't spray Florida water on my head. Why? It's a puller. What are you pulling towards your head? No, sir. I don't need to be pulling stuff from my head. These women but you don't know, but they're not binded to you. They're attached to you. Those are two different words. And those are two different things. If someone is binded to you, that means that someone has done something to have this spirit tied to you. That's binded. It's tied, right? You going outside, or you setting up an altar, or you doing a spiritual work and opening a portal and the spirit slipping through is something completely different. That's an attachment. That's not the same. So the bath that you take will be different. The herbs that you use will be different. You would use things like Epo Obo bark, Igi Inla, Espanta Muerte, Apazote. You will use stuff like that. Those are all plants and barks, right? Multiple things to push a spirit away, a work breaker, a removal, a push, that kind of stuff. So tell me, what are you using for unbinding? What herbs are you using for that? I need to know.
The more I talk to you, the more I'm seeing I really need a routine again. I need to cleanse my aura. I need to do the baths. I don't know what to do and when to do anything.
Yeah, and you got to pray to your Ori. You got to talk to your higher self. You got to ask for more of your Ori to come down here on this earthly plane to help you out and lead me. And you're going to listen this time. That's you're going to tell your Ori, I'm going to listen this time. And you're going to focus on it. What's the conflicting information, baby? Feed the amulets and wash the amulets and the talismans. Pray over the amulets and the talismans. Leave it in front of your spirits with a candle and a glass of water in front of your spirits and ask them to put their energy on it so that it's protected for you. I've been choosing thoughts. Sometimes I forget spraying for. No, you got to wash your head. Hyssop, absolutely. You can put that on your head. But you also want like algodon, which is the cotton plant. You want siempre vivo, which is proteoso, which is the leaf of life plant. Those are purifying herbs. You know what I'm saying? Basil, purifying. You want to add that kind of stuff to it. Clarity. You know what I'm saying? Wait, those R's rolled a little too perfect. I thought you'd be like, I'm not bilingual, but the plants and stuff, I know them shits. Anything where it's spirit related, I know them shits. Basil, angelica, lemon, verbena, peppermint, rue. If you're pregnant or you are with child, you should not be handling rue. And rue is not something that can always go on your head. So you have to ask if that's a herb that is safe for you to put on your head. Because rue has a sticky kind of substance to it. And some people's oris don't prefer that on their heads. Siempre viva. Yeah, I love that. I got so many of those plants growing in my house. Y'all should all have a plant in your house. I got a gang of Siempre Viva growing in my house. I get them off of Etsy. They sell them rooted. Look up Siempre Viva leaf of life rooted plant. They got a gang of them on Etsy you could buy. Put it in your house and put it near one of your spiritual altars. As long as you get light over there, they'll make sure that plant stay alive. So you could take off pieces of it from for your baths and stuff. I mean, conflicting information on social media, books, other people. You're the only person that only spoke, and everything you say resonates true. You gotta. Does it make sense? You know what I'm saying? Does the information that if like you've been following them people and it's not changing? You know what I'm saying? So does it make sense? It don't. If 1 and 1 don't equal 2, and then you got to look at the people, like you can't tell me nothing spiritual and all you do is leave little videos saying spiritual shit that you done seen on somebody else's page, and you're just saying, well baby, this is what I wanted to, I don't know who needs to hear. Shut the fuck up. No, that's why I don't do group readings. That's why I do it live like this, so I can talk to y'all specifically, because I know what I'm giving up. What y'all asking me, I know I can answer these questions. You know what I'm saying? I've lived this, I've been through this, and then I got spirit guys over here cheating. You know what I'm saying? So it's and I'm not that person that people be asking me questions that require readings. I don't know. I'll tell somebody in a minute. I don't know what's going on with you and your man. How you gonna be in my DMs asking me that? That's a reading. I don't know. Oh, I gotta tap into your energy. I gotta tap in to see what the fuck they telling me is going on with you. I don't just sit here and know what's going on with your life. I have no fucking idea. I took a hyssop and walnut bath New Year's. Child, will the detox is real. I don't know women cramp when doing the bath. No, it's not. And you gotta be careful with that walnut, right? I wouldn't use walnut in a bath because walnut is usually it's very strong, and we use it in spiritual protections and stuff like that, but nothing grows underneath a walnut tree, so I don't want to put that on my body, right? That's old school. You know, you plant something, you can't plant nothing else that's gonna grow underneath a walnut tree. It ain't gonna happen. So I wouldn't put that on my body, definitely not on my head. You gotta go to my DMs and just ask me for ancestral divination, and tell me what days you are for work. I don't have no appointments though until next month. Um, what did I say? The herbs, child. I don't know. I just told you when I be telling y'all shit. I don't fucking remember. What did I say? What were we talking about? Somebody give me Epo Obo Bark, Iggy in La. We were talking about removing spirits. Espanta Muerte, Rompe Muralla, Apasote. Apasote is on my page. I just posted that yesterday, I think. In my highlights, I have herbs and translations. So you all of those herbs except for the Iggy Inla, that's a bark, and the Epo Obo is a bark. The rump the Rumpa Muralla is like wall breaker, block breaker, block remover. The Espanta Muerte is like ghost chaser. Um,
Yes, those prophecy videos be like, God has a message for one of you, maybe even several of you, followed by the most general.
right, like God ain't got, if God got a message for you for me, why he telling you? Shut up. And God ain't talking to not near one of us. Why you think we got ancestors? Why you think we got spirit guides? Why you think we got Orisha? He talked to them and they talk to us. You think he got time to talk to all of us? No. Nobody's ever heard the voice of God. They need to stop that bullshit. That shit pisses me off and it's false. Identify the spirit that you're talking to so that we can get real clear on this. You think God, like, I don't have time to talk to all of y'all. Are you kidding me? You think he got time, he, she, they, them got time to talk to all of y'all and give messages? Like, no. God gave you free will to do whatever the fuck you want to do. If he wanted to give a message to you, he gonna send your answers to tell you, hey, stupid, stop doing that. And when you don't listen, God be like, I don't play with these people with their bullshit. I don't know who this is for. Well, maybe you should have kept it to yourself. Amansa guapo, is that the plant? Amansa guapo. It's AMANSAGUAPO. Amansa guapo. That's how you spell that.
See, this why we need our knowledge. You be filling in the blanks. I thought I was doing something that was doing it all.
Listen, now you know, so you do it right. So next month you be lit. That's it. These people will tell you anything to engage you. That's why they don't save their lives. I leave my shit up so that y'all can get the information and the knowledge because I know what I said. And they co-sign what I said. So I don't got to worry about that kind of stuff. I don't got to worry about backlash if somebody come back saying, oh, you said, bitch, I know what I said. Now go ask your ancestors if you needed to be changing what you doing. Wait, which one? The Amansa Guapo? I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now, I got a book. There you go. Mansa Guapo. That belongs to Ogun and Shango. This plant is used exclusively in Palo. It's used to dominate an enemy or another person. It is also used to calm down or iron out differences, conciliate and submit. Domination, for the most part. And that's this book. You can't. This book I got from Cuba. You can't find this book no goddamn where. But that's what that's for. You're welcome, baby. Good night. Blue bath. All day. Wait, what? Blue bath all day. That's an old southern. But just the bluing and the water. What else is in it?
I said what I said. I have a few of my fleece with someone that I love that she has bells on.
Yeah, I keep the bells on. I keep the bells on. Yeah, but you remember, so this plant belongs to Shango and Ogun. That's pure force. That's pure fire. That's pure, whatever I say is going to do with this plant is what it's going to do, period. You know what I'm saying? Did you once say no mirrors on the altar? Oh, absolutely no mirrors on the altar. You want people looking at your altar? That's the place for eyes. A mirror is a portal. I don't allow portals to be where I have open light and a hub for spirit. That's adding an extra doorway that a spirit from any realm can slip through. That book of crystals is what I'm missing from the crystal book I got from Amazon. And well, this book came from Cuba, and it's hard to get it in English. You could Google it and check. That's why I put it on the page so you could look. I was told It's the go away evil herb. It ain't go away evil. These are my banderos. This one is for Palo and this one is for Egun. So they cross me to make sure I don't pick up nothing from all y'all peoples that I be on here talking about and the haters that be coming through. So y'all be strapped up shorty when I come on here. I got to. I'm telling y'all all this shit. I'm taking money out of people's hands because they can't scam y'all. The more information I give, the less scams people will be able to give y'all. This is why I'm like, y'all, we need to be looking through my page. People be asking me questions all the time. I'm like, you ain't take no time to go look at my page, did you? Go look at the page and get off my fucking DMs. Walk through, girl. You're not the first person to tell me that. I'm gonna figure something out. As soon as I get a minute, I'll be busy as hell. So as soon as I get a minute, I'll be able to take care of that kind of stuff. But Quita Maldición, 100%. Yes, that is a herb as well. I always felt that when I say that, people say I'm crazy. People will call you crazy when they don't understand you. Don't nobody care about what these people think. Everybody got an opinion about something and be wrong about their own life. Go worry about your own life. Yo, mirrors are. This is open. It's a doorway to It's a doorway to anything. How about that? Remember we talked about the aliens and the terrestrials and the things that are not of this earth that be on this planet and in this plane and in this frequency and this vibration and all of that. I'm not putting anything up that could walk through there. Y'all think these spirits are only humans, right? No. There were plenty of things that walked on this earth before humans did. You think that them spirits just don't be... This was still their home. Yeah, thank you, baby. I have so much information on my page. All you got to do is take it. It's got the ancestrals for days, spirit guides for days. There's no way that you shouldn't know what to be doing with any of these spirits. And I don't teach, the universe, energy, yada. It's a spirit. That it pisses me off sometimes when I see people and they just be talking about the universe, energy. They using all these big words and they still don't know that there's a fuck. And I be looking at them and be like, why she don't see her grandmother? Could she say that my grandmother talked to me? No, that's not what they say, because they never turned around to invest themselves to go further to find out where the fuck is this information coming from? This wasn't, they love to say, I got a download. From who? From where? Those alleged downloads is a fucking spirit telling me some shit. They downloading the information from them to me. Who? My Madama, my Gypsy, my Indio, my Santissima Muerte, my Pombagira, my this, my that, my ancestors. That's a download. Not I was sitting here and the universe gave me a message to give to you. The universe that's not how that works. That is not how that works. Absolutely not just the blooming. You also add eggshell and the can for. I don't we don't take baths in that. You know what we use that for? We put that in the front of our doors to keep negative energies from coming into our houses. We put that underneath our beds to sleep so that our dreams are clear and the negativity is not really affecting us in our sleep, so we can get a clear what do you call it when you move around in your sleep, that there's not negativity when you're in astral realm. But as far as a bath, I've never put camphor in a bath to put on my body. What you need to look at what's in. I mean, if that's what you do from your lineage, that's fine. But again, at what point do you add a plant in there? I'm a human being, and Earth sustains me, and Earth is what allows me to be alive in this vessel. So I'm going to use Earth to cleanse myself with. I'm going to use something that was attached. And because the roots of the plants, everything is connected to Earth's core. I need something from that was a living vessel, a living energy, a living something on this plane to help cleanse me, because that's what Mother Nature gives us. It gives us nature to sustain us, to heal us, to do all of the things that we need to do for our bodies. So when I'm thinking of cleansing, I am a human that lives on Earth. I'm going to use something from Earth every time I cleanse myself, period. Yeah, but there's nothing from Earth in there. The blooming don't come from the earth. The cascarilla don't come from the earth. And the camphor, what's in that? It's chemicals, is it not? You there's you put yourself in a protective bubble, right? That's first and foremost. Learn how to make a protective bubble of white light to surround yourself with. That's number one. Number two, if you should be asking if you should even be online. You know what I'm saying? Some days my spirits be like, the energy out there is crazy. No, you can't go live. Absolutely not. I have to ask. Are you kidding me? I don't make no decisions for my motherfucking self. I know the decisions that I make is when I eat, shit, and piss. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? But put yourself in a protective bubble. You need to be taking a white spiritual bath. If you have spirit guides or angels or anything like that, you need to be asking them to stand near next to you to keep you protected. I tell people all the time that you need to make a solution that has olive oil, rosemary, frankincense. You're going to put that in a jar and you're going to leave that on your altar. What I'm going to do with this jar is I'm going to anoint all of my points. Well, what are my points? My third eye, my crown, the back of my neck, my ears, my nostrils, my belly buttons, the bottom of my feet, and above on top of my panties, I'm going to rub it across my cootie hole and my booty hole, right? What does that do? That keeps negative energies from being able, and parasites, energetic parasites, from being able to go into my orifices, my openings, right? So before I open up to talk and commune with people and things of that nature, I've blocked off my point so that your attacks ain't gonna hit me in them spots. You gotta find another way. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't no other way. Because any other way you try to go, there's a spirit standing there waiting for you so they can take your motherfucking head with them. Period. You open up with prayer. If you're going online, you got to call in God's energy. You got to call in the higher spirits. You got to call in light and spirit and truth to surround you and protect you and all of that other kind of stuff. But if it's a bunch of stuff that's going on like that, why are you online? What do you do online? Is not why you online, but what is it that you're doing online? Let me ask that. And a head wrap. Thank you, Angelina. Yes, keep your head covered. And not in black. You have to remember, though, it's extracted from what? A plant. So what am I going to use in lieu of that? The plant that it's extracted from. Nature. Don't cut out, take out the middleman and go back to the basic, the origin. If it came from a mint plant, I'm going to use a mint plant. Right? Because I know that came from earth. That came from nature. They've taken this plant and chemicalized it. I don't want that. Right? Olive oil, frankincense, rosemary, and olive oil. You can use the essential oils for this particular thing, or you can use the herbs. I use both. I'll put drops of the frankincense oil, the rosemary oil, and the olive oil, but I also take frankincense resin and I crush it up in a mortar and I add it to that. And then I'll take fresh rosemary out of my plant and pull off the sprigs and I'll add it to that. And I'll put it in the cabinet and leave it for a couple of days, and then I'll take it and I'll set it on my altar, and that's my anointing oil that I use to protect myself all the time. Do empaths need extra protection? 100 fucking %. It depends, and like you're empath, so that means you feel energy. You feel in everything. So your protection comes in what you're doing with your Ori, because you have to know that you are protected, right? You've done the cleansings. You sometimes you have to clean afterwards if you're going online and stuff, because think of how much energy I will be picking up right now. I'm just going off the dome with this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even really reading nobody right now. I'm just going off of whatever I'm catching. Right? So some of us are more susceptible to picking up energy. So after we do something where there's a group of people, or even on this internet feed, we got to go clean ourselves again to make sure that anything that something has tried to attach, we've taken it off of us. Your readings will tell you if you was an empath or a soft ass bitch. I don't know. Um,
Are you not a horse? Did they not tell you you was a horse for spirit, that they can ride you? If a spirit can ride you, you're an empath, first of all, right? You can feel energy. You can pick up on energy. You can pick up on other people's energy. You can read their energy. You can all of that kind of stuff, right? If you are a horse and spirit can mount you, bitch, you got all that shit because they coming in there at some point. And those people that can mount spirit, that are horses for spirit, you guys got to be extra careful, because that means that if you don't do the right things and you don't call in the right spirits, anything can ride you and mount you. And we don't play that shit. Nobody else's spirits should be riding you and mounting you. Only spirits that are supposed to be riding you and mounting you are yours, period. Your ancestors, your spirit guides, your Orisha, your people. Nobody else's spirits. You could talk to me all day, but you ain't got no business sitting in this suit. And you got to learn how to separate that from your feelings. You got to be able to identify when it's someone else's and yours. You know what I'm saying? That's knowing yourself, understanding when something feels foreign, you know? I told you I've touched somebody and cleaned something off of them, and I didn't mean to, and Spirit told me not to touch it, but I wasn't thinking because I was running my motherfucking mouth, and I felt because she had just lost her father, and he was her everything, so she was drowning, right? And when I got to the stairs to come in my house, I couldn't breathe, and it felt like a black hole was sucking me from the inside down. And I was like, it felt like I was kind of hyperventilating, but I wasn't. So as soon as I got in my house, my sisters were there, and I told them not to touch me because I didn't want to transfer any of the energy. And I cleaned myself real quick, and the energy left, because I told them, it was like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, it's not me, it's her energy. I touched her. Let me clean myself. So I cleaned it off of me. Spirit took it off of me. And this heifer gonna call me later on talking about she feels so much better. I was like, bitch, how dare you? How dare you? I bet you do, because what I just felt took so much off of you. Like, I had to tell her, like, you have got to stop mourning your dad so much, right? He is in a better place. He is no longer in pain. You can talk to him whenever you want. He is in light. He is good. He was a good man in life. Everybody loved him, you know? And the fact that you are letting this drown you so deep, like that dark pit of a hole that you, and I had to tell her, like, you cannot be contemplating suicide, because that was one of the things that she was, you know, feeling. Like, you got kids, you got other family members, you got like, you got mad people that's there for you. You better not. I'll come over there myself and punch you in the top of your head. You know what I mean? So it was just a situation, and I think that they needed me to understand how bad my friend was hurting. So I had to stay on top of her for a little while after that. Oh, feed off the morning. Yeah, yeah. Then sensitive intuition can be mistaken for empathic. Correct. What is sensitive intuition? Yeah, y'all gotta keep yourselves clean. People be going through stuff and y'all be picking it up, and it's not a good thing. Clean yourselves off. Whatever's their bag is their bag. I'm not here to take everything off of people. Like, nah, that's not my role. I can tell you what to do to take care of yourself. You know, I don't like the terminology. Y'all gotta explain it to me, because I don't. People be making stuff up all day, and I need to know what the fuck y'all talking about. I'm gonna keep it real basic and real simple and real old school for y'all. Like, I'm not doing this new age shit that they doing. I'm giving y'all old school shit. Come on, holla at your girl. Yeah, it be so much stuff that people be making up for clickbait. And I be like, I don't know why these people listening to this. I be waiting for your ancestors to come slap your phones out your hands. I swear to God. Like, Lord have mercy. Listen, it's not y'all be these social medias that have y'all mixed up, baby. And I always tell you, what did your spirit say? If you fucking felt your lip curl out of nowhere, swipe left, swipe up, swipe down, swipe past. Cause baby, my spirits be flipping about the shit that going on the internet. They be going off. I'll be like, child, let me close this internet. Say shut the fuck up, cause I can't take this no more. But saying the wrong shit is how they be giving me the answers. They be like, you know, that's not how you supposed to do that. I'm like, I know how you're supposed to do that, but how would you do that? They be like, let me tell you how you really supposed to do that. And this is what they're not telling them. And you need to tell them this, because if they do that, this is what's going to happen to them. And I'll be like, oh my God, why is this my responsibility? They be like, because you was on there looking. I'll be like, God damn. And then somebody will send the same shit to my DM and be like, what you think about this? And I'll be like, why y'all keep trying to tag me in on this bullshit? I'll be over here minding my business. Like, you're able to use your third eye to pick up and read people like a human lie detector. It's called intuition. If you're using your third eye, then you're seeing something. If you're not seeing anything, then you're picking up on somebody like a human lie detector. You teaching you how to be a human. Like, you, all you have to do is pay attention to someone's breathing patterns, how they're blinking, eye contact, body language, those type of things. They teach you in the CIA. They teach you with government positions and things like that. That's not hard to do. That has nothing to do with spirituality. Your intuition your stomach, your gut tells you when something's not right. The hairs on your arms and your neck and shit stand up when something don't feel wrong. You've had this uneasy feeling in your body when something's not right. You know what I'm saying? It feels like I pick up people energy the most when I'm looking into their eyes. Even for they say the eyes are the window to the soul, and that's why I don't trust spiritual pages that uses filters. Bitch, let me see them rings around your eyes so I can see how you being sunk in by the dirty shit you doing. Don't give me no filter. I wish I would follow a spiritual page or listen to a spiritual person that got a filter on their page 24/7. Bitch, what? What you hiding? Y'all see how crazy I be coming online looking? I don't give a fuck. I got something to say. First of all, I'm not feeding my ego. I'm not going through that. And if I look crazy, y'all gonna see me look crazy. It is what it is. You see I got this pimple on my face? I wish I would put a filter. It's a pimple. What else are you hiding? I have nothing to hide. Disintegrating and yeah, like no, we're not doing that. Show me how you really look, not the filter. Yeah, you hiding shitty character, cause your face will tell it, and your eyes will tell it, and your body will tell it, and the fucking rings around your eyes will tell it, and that glared over crazy look in your eyes will tell it. All that kind of shit. What? Child, bye. I'm a human lie detector because spirits be in my ear telling me that this motherfucker's finna come over here and tell me a lie. Oh God. You can't tell me nothing that the spirit's not gonna be like, you know this motherfucker's in here telling you straight lies. They be ooh. So that means like when as soon as I get away from this nigga, come over here so I can tell you the bullshit. They be tight. What is sensitive intuition? I don't understand that. Where did that come from? 100% spiritual discernment. You must be have discernment, and if you don't know how to activate that, you got to work on that. You know what I'm saying? Ask all the questions. I ask the person if I know somebody's telling me some dumb shit, I ask them 400,000 fucking questions until they decide that they're gonna walk the fuck off from me. Don't come over here talking to me. You shouldn't have came over here with that bullshit. Somebody, and if you was really spiritual, the way you said you were spiritual, you would have never came over here and talked to me in the first place. Because what was the point? For me to spark you? For me to tell you that you want some bullshit and to get out of my face? Those spirits ain't tell you not to come over here. They should have. They should have. I had somebody come up to me and try to tell me something, and when I turned and looked at her, that bitch face was like, never mind. I bet you did say never mind. You should have felt everything from the way I looked at you and everything that looked at you over here with me to tell you to get your bitch ass from over here. Because as soon as you say something, we're going to flip this on you and you're going to be embarrassed in this room. So I'm going to tell you right now, Guam about your blood clot business, them, yeah? I'll be the one. My ladies be like, if she open her mouth, I'll be like, go. And I tell them, I tell my spirits all the time, take my tongue, go, get her. I don't be fighting my spirits, get they ass, because she ain't had no minutes coming over here. Gather them real quickly. Real quickly. Yeah, why you using the filter? You spiritual. Why? What you hiding? Show me you. If this is authenticity, if this is from light, if this is from God, if your spirit said all that kind, are you kidding me? Why is it? Wait, the spirit ain't tell you to put that filter on? Who told you that? Listen, You got to laugh at yourself. If you ain't laughing at yourself, then you're not living this life right. Because I laugh at myself all the time. I do so much stupid shit. And all I can do is laugh, because what I'm going to do, beat myself up? No. You learn from your mistakes. That's it. Change it. That's all they care about. Did you change it? Did you learn? Yes. They're not going to drag you for it. So why are you dragging yourself for it? You shouldn't. And we don't. We move on. That's it. I love to laugh. I laugh 24/7. I am the joke teller. You wouldn't think that, but I got jokes 24/7. I got jokes about the wrong shit, the right shit, funny, like, yo. I keep a joke loaded because I like to laugh. Life is too serious. I know nobody got time for that. Spirit be telling all your business. Hell yeah. And they don't give a shit, because they feel like if you was worried about other people knowing it, then you shouldn't have did it. Either that, or they just use their hands. Collective messages are suspicious too, because who are you talking? I don't play with that collective message either. That's why I don't do that shit. Who the fuck is you talking to? I can tap in on one of y'all at a time on this live. That's why I do it like this. I don't need to. Why I gotta do a collective message? Who we talking to? I don't do that. Oh, give me your money and I'll call you back with a reading. Bitch, I'll punch you in your face. Who you getting to read for me? How do you know that this person is the one doing it and you paying the money? Bitch, I better see you if you trying to read me. I need to know it's coming from you. And you not looking in the book or asking somebody else the questions and then coming back to giving me the answers and acting like you the one giving the information. Are you kidding me? Y'all be just accepting any goddamn thing. I'll be like, I don't know where they get this newfound shit from. This is wild. You cannot leave me no recorded message or no reading. Bitch, I'll punch all this shit over. If you are empathic, then you also have intuition. What do you mean? They're not. You need to look up the definition of intuition and empathic, and then that'll give you your answer so that you can understand what it means. Yeah. Or asking a friend or asking an elder or anybody. You never know what these people are doing. Why do you need to call me back with a reading and then I'm supposed to pay you all this money? Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I don't do, listen, I don't discount my energy either. My rate is my rate. I don't care how many cards I pulled. I don't care how long, my sessions for my ancestral divinations be an hour and a half. Sometimes we go over that a little bit, you know what I'm saying, a little bit. If you're going into 2 and 3 and out, you got to pay me more. You know what I'm saying? I don't discount my energy. You get to say, no, okay, you got this hour and a half, we finished. All right, so next time you book, we could do X, Y's, and Z's. But other than that, I don't discount my energy. I'm not giving you, even with my tarot when I'm doing my ladies, oh, you get 3 cards for this amount, 7 cards. What? When they finish talking, they finish talking. I can't tell you that they're going to only use 3 cards for this reading. Your situation may be just different, and they're going to want to use more than that to get their information out. I'm supposed to charge you for every card. That's crazy to me. I'm paying for your energy and your time. Give me a price. How many fucking cards you got to pull? It's how many fucking cards you got to pull, bitch. Who told you that that's how this, like, they just be making up stuff to make up money, and I just be looking at this shit, and y'all be riding with it, and I'm like, why are y'all riding with this dumb shit? Spirit wants you to pay for their energy, right? Because they need liquor, they need wine, they need cigarettes, they need stuff. We have to give them stuff, right? But to put a number on the number of cards that I'm going to pull, I don't know how many cards she's going to tell me to pull. Your situation is going to be different from that situation. So if I tell you that I'm going to charge you a 3-card pull, but she got 7 cards left to say something else, I'm supposed to not tell you? That's ludicrous to me. That sounds like you're not really trying to help me. That's all I'm going to say. Asking. Does not necessarily mean that you have physical abilities. Also with practice, anybody can. Yes, intuition. Everybody has a form of intuition. You just got to turn it up. Then then you're not an empath. If it's a trauma response, it's not an empath. You're just taking on. You can be someone that just takes on energies. Right? You could be someone that picks up energies very easily. I've come across a lot of people that can pick up energy very easily. And why? They don't clean themselves. They don't do half of the shit that they're supposed to do. They're spiritual lighthouses anyway, right? But they don't do any of the things that they're supposed to do to work on any of their abilities or to clean themselves up. So they go around like a sponge just cleaning other people's shit, pulling shit off of other people. You know what I'm saying? And so that doesn't make you empathic. That just makes you a sponge. Basically, you can easily pick up energies, and so you'll be reacting, or your body is reacting to those energies, or your situation is an example of those energies that you've picked up, because you're not cleaning yourself, you're not protecting yourself, or any of that kind of stuff. It doesn't make you empathic. It just makes it you in the wrong place at the wrong time. You easily pick up energy. You don't clean yourself. You don't do none of the stuff that keeps yourself protected, and so you just out here free balling. Or saying my ancestors have a marriage for me, why they telling you be for real? Right, like where's he? I'll talk about I've covered my crown with head wraps every day for the past 12 months at work, and it has helped me tremendously. I want to thank you, Mama. You're welcome, baby. Thank you for listening and receiving. I thank you. I really Googled the word intuition. I feel slow. Right, you got to check. If you don't understand something, look it up. You know what I mean? And always origins. Always origins, always definitions. Where did this word come from? How did it start? What are the original meanings of the word? You got to know what it is that people, because people use words all the time. And they don't know what the fuck they be talking about. And I be like, that don't go with that. Wash your head need to be on a shirt. Wash your head and your ass need to be on a shirt. For real. You about to be hella busy when you open up your books again. I'll be she need words. Oh my God, Alexa's not a trauma response. Listen. Yeah, y'all got to be very mindful. Y'all got to be very careful. And if you are doing what you're supposed to do, then all of this stuff is minimalized. You know what I mean? Um, all of this stuff is minimalized. Um, that's not the childhood traumas and picking up energies and those are not things that coincide all the time. You know what I mean? You could be someone that never had childhood trauma, but just picks up energy lightly because that's the way you come to easily come pick up energy, and you don't realize that your path is supposed to be someone that cleans people. If you don't know that because you're not spiritual and you're not on your path and you're not finding out what your soul purpose is and your mission is and all of that, and you're going around all willy-nilly, your body, your frequency, your spirit is still doing some of the stuff that you were saying here to do, but you haven't given yourself the knowledge and the information to map this out to know how this is supposed to work. Routine, ritual, roots, point A to point B. If I'm picking up these energies, then there's something about me that I need to be checking into to understand why is it so easy for me to pick up these energies, right? There's something about you and your makeup and your walk and your contract that you have to check into to see why is this so. There's probably something more in your walk spiritually that person is supposed to be doing, but they don't understand it just yet. So now it's time to ask the questions to figure out what it is that I'm supposed to be doing in my walk. What did my contract say? What is my soul purpose? What is my spirit's purpose while it's here? And then how do I get there? Yeah, everything goes back to routine. Does smoke will help to open up your gifts after cleansing, of course. For some people, different herbs work differently. It doesn't work like that for me. Not too much. I don't know how, different herbs affect people's bodies differently. You got to try it and see if it works. You know what I mean? But don't have, if that's the herb that you're looking to see if it makes a difference, don't combine it with anything else to see what that actually does for you. Maybe take it as a tea and see after you do it. Go and sit at your altar or meditate and then go sit at your altar and do your cards or whatever you have to communicate with spirit and see if it made a difference for you. Things affect people's bodies differently. So I can't say that that's something that will 100% do that for you, but you can definitely try it and see. You got to test the theory. I'm one of those people that, for me, I got to test the theory to see if it works for me. Or I'm not even a tester. I'm a lie. That's a lie. I'll ask spirit, is this going to work like this for me? They be like, yes or no. I'll straight up ask. I ain't got time to be testing theories all day. Sometimes I will, but if not, I'll straight up ask. But like I did try before I started incorporating the Blue Lotus. I did look it up and everything to see what it did, and it's calming. You know what I'm saying? It didn't do anything with me because it says some places that tell you like, oh, it'll help with your intuition. That shit ain't help with my intuition. That shit calm me down like a motherfucker. I was ready to go to sleep. And that's exactly why I stopped. That's definitely me. I don't know my purpose. You gotta ask. You gotta ask your spirits. Anybody who's like 35, 25, 30, and you've never had a divination of any kind, you need one. Now, if you're looking into spiritual stuff, how do you go and you can't just be dependent on these tarot readers. That you're not held accountable for the stuff that they tell you. When you get a divination, you're held accountable for the stuff that you're told to fix it, or you getting your ass scraped across the concrete. You know what I'm saying? I was willing to say, I'll let them scrape me across the concrete if it's going to get me on my path, if they're going to tell me what I need to be doing, if it's going to straighten me the fuck out. I was that child that would take their punishment because I'd rather just get it now than to, I don't want to wait. Thank you, baby. I don't want to wait. Just like if I had a beating to get or a punishment to get, just give me that shit now so we can get it over with. The longer we keep this going is the longer this shit is going to take. Let's just knock it out right now. I'll be alright tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, I was that person. Y'all got to be like that in life now. This is my first time catching it live. I've used ingredients that you've mentioned for traveling cleansing spray, and it works wonders. You are truly a gem, and you are the truth. Thank you, my love. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all trust. I appreciate y'all energy. I'm winding down now. We going on 3 hours. Listen, if y'all got questions, shoot them, because I'm finna get off. I didn't even realize we don't sat here this long. But nah, listen, I need y'all to know the truth about stuff, you know? If I can give y'all the information, this is going to be helpful to y'all. And y'all can empower yourself to do what's right, and you get to grow in your spiritual walk. I'm never here to stagnate nobody. I want y'all to grow. I love to have a room full of women that are intuitives, because y'all spirits be popping, and I be seeing them, and I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? I love this, and I love little sassy spirits. Because I be learning from them too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't be like, oh, I'm the big bad bitch in the room. Nah, what your spirit say? Come here, let me talk to you. Come tell me some shit. Oh, God. If I am inviting you to come talk to me, bitch, come tell me. Because I want you to know that you got it too. And she ain't going to tell me nothing crazy about my life that I don't already know. I know what I'm doing, and I'm not ashamed or embarrassed or nothing that she could possibly say to me. So come on over here and tell me what your spirit says, so I can tell you that you're right, and you can feel better about yourself, and you go and you be empowered to do this with the next person. Is there a certain schedule everyone should follow for the divination? It's different for everybody. It's different for what's going on in your life. I don't want to talk to nobody twice in no 1 month. I don't read people like that. Like, if I give you a divination, you leave them with pages and pages of notes and shit that you got to do. So you really shouldn't want to talk to me again for quite some time anyway. But like, I'm not that person that you book a monthly reading with. That's not what we do. What I give you is starting you off on your path. You shouldn't be reaching back out to me until something crazy, if something is up in your life, that's when you be like, bitch, I need a divination. You know what I'm saying? If I pulled out your spirit guides and we know all of the tools that they use, all of their names, all of their information, all of the shit that they came to do, why the fuck are you coming to ask me anything? You got a coin, you got a pendulum, you got tarot cards, you got all this shit these spirits told you to come over there and talk to them for. Why you asking me? Go ask them. It be on y'all from that point on to keep the wheel going. If you stop the wheel from going, that's on you. Don't be coming back into my DMs 2 and 3 months later talking about, oh, I need another divination. Bitch, no, you don't. I tell people no all the time. No, you don't. No, you don't. Go ask your spirits and then tell me what they said. Matter of fact, I'm going to sit on the phone while I've done this. Let me sit on the phone while you ask your spirits and see if they give you the information, and they give them the information, and I'll start spazzing on them. You know what I'm saying? At least once a year minimum. Twice a year, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Depends on your life and what's going crazy and how much you're flowing, and if you're connecting, and if your spirits are talking, and if that thing is linking. There's no reason for you to have to get another divination unless something's going on until the next year comes. You know what I'm saying? Twice a year, max. Unless your life is wilding and you have nothing and you have no spirits and you don't know nobody and you don't know nothing and all of that other kind of shit. That's the only reason for you to be coming back. But that's not how you leave a divination with me. So there would be no reason for you to come back to me for that. What y'all do with other people, I don't know. I don't play like that. When I give you information and we do a divination, it's to give you direction so that you have a playbook on what the fuck should I be doing for the next 6 months of my goddamn life. Because this shit gonna take a minute. All this shit she done gave me. And I expect you to do it, period. And your ancestors expect you to do it. And whoever came up reading in that message, and whoever came up talking in that reading for the day is expecting you to do it. And if you don't do it, all of that stuff that they said that they was going to give you, they're not giving it to you. All of the stuff that they said might happen to you is going to happen to you. So there's rules with this, right? The divination comes with requirements that you must follow, or you getting your ass handed to you, period, point blank. And until you are ready to accept whatever happens coming from this, you're not ready to accept yourself, you're not ready to accept your walk, and you're not ready to accept the changes that you need to be making in your life, and that's where you go wrong. So acceptance of what you need is required in your spiritual walk, whether you like it or not. They're not going to make you turn from liking men to liking women, or liking women to liking men. We ain't talking about that kind of bullshit, because they don't give a fuck about that. They'll tell you stop fucking everybody. Pick one, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. But your lifestyle, on that note, they don't care about that. Are you in light? Are these people that you're dealing with clean and in light? Are they better in your life? Are they going to bring you something good in your life? Are y'all compatible? Can you grow with them? Are they starting your growth? That's all they care about, is what's best for you. Period. And until you learn about what's best for you, that's when everything changes for you. I'm going to do what's best for me, 10 toes down, 24/7. I don't care how about nobody has to say about it. I don't care what nobody feels about it. I don't care. It's me on me, and I'm popping. Yeah, the first thing on my page is giving you my prices. When you book, you pay. The day I give you, if you ain't got the money, don't DM me. And then until you have it, and then I give you an appointment date. You tell me what days you're off of work, because I like to book y'all when y'all are off work, so y'all not running around and doing a bunch of dumb shit. Right? I'm punctual in my divinations. If you are not, and I don't refund you. So if you miss your appointment, thank you for the money. Somebody else could have had that. I told you I don't discount my energy for nobody. So yes, you DM me. You tell me what days you off for work. We'll schedule it. When we schedule it is when you pay me. You send me your confirmation that you paid, and we go from there. And I do my divinations live IG video. So you see me, we see each other, we talking live. I didn't even say go to the doctor, and that's the only reason I went. Now I go all the time. I was avoiding it out of fear. Now I just be terrified by it. Listen, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. If I can prevent it before it hits, that's they always tell you, these people, if they'd have caught the cancer earlier, it could have been. If we'd have caught the tumor earlier, it could have been. If we'd have caught the aneurysm earlier, it could have been. If we'd have caught the clot earlier, it could have been. Like, I am never going to be that person that waits until it could have been. Tell me now, because I know there's always something that spirit could do about it if they told me to go and check it first. That means that the medical doctors had to do what they needed to do, and spirit got me on the back end. Period. Oh wait, your book is open now. Yeah, I'm not. I don't have any openings until next month though. So when we book in, it's gonna be for February. The schedule it for the divinations. It's gonna be for February. In my highlights, it says divination info. Please watch those before you try to book with me. You have to know your ancestors' first and last names. You do call them in the beginning of the divination. Y'all be worrying about me reading y'all energy. I don't care about y'all energy. I ain't talking to y'all. I'm talking to the spirits that's standing behind y'all to get their input. I could give a fuck what you got to say. I'm getting information from spirits. So y'all can lie all y'all want. They gonna tell me the truth. Any advice for the singles for this Valentine's Day feeling lonely? You better Valentine's yourself up in your house by yourself. Love on you. Love on you. Heal you so that you can understand when that next love, when you got to ready yourself for your love. You know that, right? Don't text that man. She had a book. No, I don't got no book. Not yet. Love on you. Everything that you would have wanted that man to give to yourself, so that you can understand that these are the things that I can give to myself. So when I do accept a man, if he can't do these things for me, or he's not even thinking about doing these things for me, then he is not the man for me. This is the time for you to get into you to understand what your own love language is. I got to understand what my love language is, so that I'm with a partner, I can explain to him, because men don't have crystal balls, what my love language is. I have to be able to know it. You know what I'm saying? I got to know what my love language is. If I don't know it, I can't tell nobody else how they're supposed to love me. Yeah, you can't. That loneliness, you be picking the words because your vibration is fucked up and low. That energy sends out a signal to anybody else like she's lonely. I can come and take advantage of her. I can come and do whatever I want to her, and she's lonely, so she gonna put up with it for longer than the one who's healed would. It's time to heal. You know what I'm saying? That self-love goes hard. Don't put on nothing sad as far as music is concerned. You could dress up as pretty as you want to and lingerie around your house with your glass or whatever and your flowers that you bought yourself and your chocolates that you bought yourself and love on yourself. And then you date yourself. Yeah, date yourself. And then you understand what is it that you're going to be asking for that partner to give you. You know what I mean? You got to ready yourself, period. I've been single for a long time. Um, and in that time of me being, like, I've dated, um, but I know what I want. I'm specific about what I need as far as a partner is in my life, and I can't have nobody that's going to stagnate me. Can't have nobody that's going to take me from what I'm supposed to be doing. I have to have somebody that's going to understand my role and my walk and where my life is. And if he is going to enhance that, then by all means. But until we find one that's going to help enhance that, yeah, nah, I play with niggas all day and then send them on their way. Nabby. Um, for myself heal and wake the fuck up in self-love. Yeah, you got to. That's the most important thing, because when you love yourself, there's nothing that nobody could do. Ain't nothing that nobody could say. Ain't nothing that nobody could do to break you. And that's the goal. That's the point. You ain't gonna break me, not for no reason, not no broken heart, not for no disappointment, not for none of that kind of stuff. I should be paying attention, and I'm not willing to just accept anything. And I have a gang of things to do. And then I have niggas that I can call if I wanted to. I just, when I feel like it. When I don't, I don't. Until that one comes, I'm not investing my heart into it because I know what's up. I already asked Spirit. They was like, that ain't that nigga. I'd be like, true. And men will do as much as you let them. So again, discernment, boundaries. Boundaries must be held high. You gotta have your boundaries with every goddamn body, and let nobody step over them lines. And that first time you put your big toe over that line, the boundary, and I'll tell you something. And you put that toe over this line again, you're gonna lose that toe. I'm telling you now, toe gone. Taking it with me. I'm taking your toe with me when I go. So you'll be a hobbling nigga running around these streets because you missing a toe. All right, babies. I thank y'all so much for coming in here tonight. I thank y'all so much for giving me your energy, for trusting me with the information that I give. I am going to save this for anybody who missed it. Going back to the beginning, watch it in parts, whatever. It's like 3 hours and some change long. So enjoy that. And again, listen, I only answer a couple of DMs a day. So if I'll get to you, if you go in there, I will get to you. And I thank you guys. Peace and blessings. Good night, everyone.